Good evening, my name is Richard. This is over and over and over again. This is Matchday Live. We are running a little bit late due to work, which is not playing ball at the minute. But anyway, not to worry, we're here now. And it is Arsenal versus Porto Champions League for a place in the quarterfinal. Can we do it? Let's find out, shall we? So, Matchday Live, Arsenal versus Porto from the Emirates Stadium. Of course, it is a place in the quarterfinal. Arsenal, of course, 1-0 down from that first leg and looking to turn it around tonight. It's going to be a very tough game. It's going to be a very, very tense night, isn't it? And are we going to be able to get the goals that we need to go through against a very stubborn and organised Porto side? They certainly were in that first leg, wasn't they? They made it really, really difficult for us. So let's see if we can. Oh, I've just gone. Look, let's see if we can get the job done tonight. I'm sure we will. But let's see. We will be starting very, very shortly. The Arsenal team news, by the way, is no changes, of course, from the weekend. I'm sure no one really expected too many changes from the side that beat Brentford. There isn't any at all. Martinelli's still not fit. So Trossard continues. Of course, his brother, Clement Turpin, Dick's brother as well, of course, is the referee, which is quite interesting, isn't it? Terry's with us in the chat here, my friend. Good to see you. Nick Nack as well is in the chat as well. Hope all's well. Everything's good. Evening, Nick Nack. Regend was in the chat. How you doing? Hit the likes for goals. Yeah, exactly. Hit the likes and we'll score lots of goals that we need. Well, we only need 2, don't we, potentially, if we don't let any in. We are just about to get going here at the Emirates. Arsenal will be attacking the goal to our right in the first half, which is the clock end. Porto in their blue and white kit, of course. Arsenal in the red and white, as you would expect, and Porto leading 1-0 from that first leg, which was a very tricky game for us over there. I think it's going to be a tricky game for us tonight as well. Should Porto score the first goal here, then, wow, we will be in real big trouble, won't we? We'll need to score 3. Don't forget, away goals doesn't actually count in this competition anymore. So a 2-1 victory for Arsenal tonight wouldn't knock us out on away goals. It would just go to extra time. Just so you're aware, there's no away goals anymore. I think it was two or 3 years ago, wasn't it? They stopped that, which I always thought was a bit of a waste of time anyway, because a goal's a goal, no matter what pitch you score it on. And yeah, scoring away from home sometimes can be more difficult, I suppose. But even so, a goal's a goal, isn't it? All goals are difficult to score. So, you know, I'm glad they've got rid of it. And luckily, I mean, it kind of benefits us now, doesn't it, in this situation that we're in? Because of course, if you lost 1-0 away from home previously, when away goals counted, then you know a 1 goal you'd need to well, it's score 3 anyway, don't we? So I don't suppose it makes much difference really. But anyway, you know, 1 goal for Porto tonight would have been even more important for them, wouldn't it? Because I say a 2-1 victory for Arsenal wouldn't be enough. Would have knocked us out under the previous rules, but not anymore. Anyway, the ball's gone back to David Raya in the Arsenal goal, of course, back tonight following. Of course, he couldn't play against Brentford at the weekend. That horrendous mistake Aaron Ramsdale made almost cost us at some points in that game, but we managed to get ourselves out of jail, didn't we? Anyway, Arsenal coming forward up this near side with Ben White. Knocks the ball back to William Saliba and Gabriel. Mikel Arteta doesn't trust his squad players enough, does he, in big game? Well, not in any game, really. And that almost cost us last season, didn't it? Well, it did cost us last season with the injuries that we got in Europe. Not that the Champions League isn't important, because it is, and we want to go through. Of course we do. It'd be great, wouldn't it, to get a good run going. But there's a lot to play for in the Premier League still, of course, as we know. William Saliba's ball forward, looking for the runner, Kai Havertz, but it's run through to goalkeeper Diogo Costa, who we didn't really test at all, did we, in that first leg? I don't think we had a shot on target, did we, in that game? I mean, he's a decent keeper, but he certainly had an easy night, didn't he, in that first leg? What was that, 3 weeks ago now? That 1-0 defeat, of course, that very, very late goal that cost us a 0-0 draw, which wouldn't have been a bad result, would it? We kind of gone there for a 0-0 draw, and that wouldn't have been a bad result, would it? But it wasn't to be, was it? And Arsenal have just won a free kick there, foul on Jorginho. Terry says, ref looks like Trossard. He does look a bit like Trossard, doesn't he? Russ, if you want to say, dear Russ, good to see you, my friend. Hope you are well. Nick Nack says, are we feeling confident tonight? I'm not particularly, no. Let's get our score predictions in quickly then. I know we've started the game already, but get your score predictions in. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a draw on the night and Arsenal go out. That would be my gut feeling, but I'm hoping that we can win sort of 2-0 and go through. But let's see. Anyway, we're attacking over on the far side with Trossard. Goes around the outside. Can he get across in? He does. It's deflected. Ben White's underneath it with a header onto the roof of the net. And Arsenal looking for that early goal, which would make a massive difference. Nick Nack's gone 4-0 to Arsenal. Really? Have you not watched Porto? Did you not watch the first game? I mean, it'd be nice if we won 4-0. I just don't think it's going to be that sort of a game. I think Porto are very well organised. They're very strong defensively. And, you know, they are very experienced in these type of situations. And, I mean, I think we may struggle to go through. But let's hope that we can find the goals from somewhere because we need to, don't we? Nathan's River said, my friend, he says, hi, Rich, hope you're well. Hi, everyone in the chat. Yeah, we're doing good, my friend. Hope you are as well. Looking forward to seeing if Arsenal can progress in the Champions League. We've not got past this stage. I think it's 2010, isn't it? The last time we reached the quarterfinals. All those defeats in the round of 16 in a row under Arsene Wenger before we dropped out of the Champions League completely. It is about time we qualified through. We won't get much of a better chance, will we? Because let's face it, when you look at some of the teams we could have drawn against, Porto were not one of the strongest, were they? They're a decent team, but, you know, the draw kind of favoured us, really, didn't it? Nick Nack says, score doesn't really matter as long as they get through. Exactly, yeah, it doesn't really matter, no. We'll take anything that gets us through. But we do need to win by 2 goals because a 1-goal victory would, of course, just mean extra time. Anyway, Galeno is going to take this throw on this near side for Porto. He was, of course, the one who scored that late goal, dramatic late goal that gave Porto the victory. And that Arsenal need to try and turn around here. That throw's cleared away, but not very far. Porto still on the attack. And we saw, didn't we, in the away leg, that they were quite happy to let us have the ball and then broke quickly. And they broke well, didn't they? Terry says 3-1. I think we have too much for them, and Arteta needs to play his part tonight. Yeah, I mean, we should have too much for them, but they're a decent team. They are a decent team. Nathan says should hopefully take confidence from last Premier League game. Well, I don't know, it wasn't a great performance, was it? The last Premier League game, I thought we were poor against Brentford for a lot of that game. Just looked very nervy, didn't we? And we're looking nervy in the early part of this game. Porto are coming forward. A cross goes into the box. And a slice clearance there from Bukayo Saka. It's a throw to Porto. We played nearly 6 minutes. Nathan says 1-0. Yeah, no, we won, and that's the most important thing. But it wasn't the most convincing performance, was it? But I think we're going to have a lot of games like that now. When you're in a title race, you know, you're never going to be able to win games as easy as we have been recently. And I think it's going to be a struggle in a lot of games now. We just got to find ways to win. I said that on Saturday. We needed to find a way to win, and we did find a way to win. And that was a good side because it wasn't a great performance, but we won the game. And that's what you have to do at this part of the season. You've just got to win your games, haven't you? Or win as many of them as you can. And we may well need to win pretty much most of them because, you know, we know Man City and Liverpool are very experienced in these situations. Nick Nack says, can't expect to win 5-0 every week. No, absolutely not. No, and, you know, now, definitely not. We're going to have some really tough games. Nathan says, what minute are you on? I'm on 6 minutes and 6.5 minutes, just gone 6.5 minutes. Rejander's gone 2-0 twice. Well, 2-0 twice is enough to get us through, isn't it? I've got a feeling Porto might score, though, in this game tonight. And they're trying to have on that far side. That was good defensive play by Leandro Trossard. He's managed to keep the ball in as well. And then clears it long up the pitch, looking for Havertz. Controls it with his chest. Ty says, yeah, Porto's time wasting is going to be insufferable. Yes, they're going to time waste. There's absolutely no question about that. They time wasted enough, didn't they, in that first game? So they're going to time waste tonight, aren't they? And I mean, especially if they were to get a goal. Wow. If they go 1-0 up, literally there'll be more time wasted than you've ever seen. So we need to make sure that they don't score. But they've got a free kick here. It was a handball there by Kai Havertz. The ball sort of bounced up and hit his arm. Nick Nack says, hopefully it'll get added back on. Well, yeah, it usually does, but it just stops the flow of the game, doesn't it? We're a very team that need that flow, don't we, to really play at our best. And if we don't get it, that's when we struggle. Porto, an unusual type of free kick, didn't really work. But was that Pepe won it back there? A 41-year-old. What an incredible athlete that guy is. The captain of Porto, Pepe. What a legend, really. I mean, yes, he's not the nicest of players, is he? He's got that attitude, but wow, to still be playing in Champions League at his age, in his 40s, is just amazing, isn't it? But anyway, Nick Nack says Porto have settled in quite well. Yeah, I think there's two reasons for that. I think one, because they're a team that's very comfortable with the ball, and two, I think we're a little bit nervy. Understandably so. It's Champions League. We're 1-0 down from that first leg, and you can see that maybe that's playing a little part in the opening part of this game as well, isn't it? Once we settle in there, you do feel as though we should be okay. But what we've got to make sure that we do is not let Porto score in these early stages, because I say that would really make it difficult, wouldn't it? We would then need 3 goals, and against a team that's so strong at the back, I think it would be tough. But anyway, let's see. There's a long ball forward there up this near side, looking for Kai Havertz, but it's going to bounce out of play. It's going to be a free kick, throw, to Porto. Ball boy there, actually, who's on the crutches there. Did quite good there to keep that ball and get it back into play quickly, didn't he? Anyway, here's a throw to Porto on this near side. 9 minutes on the clock. Arsenal 0, Porto 0 on the night. That is still 1-0 to Porto on aggregate. They'll be quite happy if it stays like this. Now, I read a statistic somewhere, and I don't know if it's actually true because I haven't had a chance to check it yet. But Arsenal apparently have never won a European knockout game at home under Mikel Arteta, which, if that's true, I'll be sort of surprised. It's quite an amazing stat, really, isn't it? Because he must have played. We got to a semi-final of the Europa League, didn't we? I'm sure he must have won a home leg in the knockouts in that, but maybe we didn't. Anyway, that's apparently is a stat. So we need to put that right tonight, don't we? Otherwise, we are going out of the Champions League. Nathan says, I totally agree with you on Pepe. I could not even play Sunday League footy. I mean, it's amazing, really. At his age to be playing at the top level still is incredible. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo is another one, but anyway, Martin Odegaard's just run the ball back high up the pitch on this near side. This could be a chance for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard across it to the far post. Oh, Kai Havertz was coming in, but he slipped over. It was actually Declan Rice. The cross comes back in over on that far side by Jacob Kiwior. Porto clear it away. And that was the first mistake Porto have made defensively in the 2 games. And Martin Odegaard pinched the ball, got clear, and his cross. Declan Rice was coming in on it, actually, and you felt as though maybe he was going to get a similar goal to the weekend, but he just slipped over, and Porto managed to scramble the ball clear. But that was a good sign that for Arsenal, winning the ball back high up the pitch is what we need to do, because Porto will be quite happy otherwise, won't they? They'll be quite settled. And we just played it out from the back and didn't really work too well. But we have won a throw on this near side, which Ben White is going to take. Nathan said, I'm nearly 30. Yeah, it takes a lot of dedication, doesn't it, to keep yourself that fit as he has. Terry says, is that the semi-final that we needed to score and we played about a forward? That's the one, yeah. That is the one. But obviously we got to the semi-final, so we got through a few knockout rounds, didn't we? But I do remember we drew at home with Sparta Prague. We won the away leg, didn't we? And we drew at home, obviously, with that last game against Villarreal. Can't remember who else we played in the knockouts of that, Benfica. Oh, no, the Benfica game, that was played at a neutral venue, wasn't it? Because that was just after the COVID stuff, wasn't it? And I think we won both legs, but they were both played away from home, wasn't they? So we haven't actually won it. That's right. We haven't actually won an away home leg in the knockouts in Europe under Mikel Arteta. Because you remember his first season when he first joined, we got knocked out by Olympiacos at the Emirates, didn't we? We won 1-0 away from home as well. And then we lost at home, didn't we, in the second leg? Away goal still counted there, and they scored in extra time, didn't they? Remember, Aubameyang missed that big chance, didn't he, right at the end, which would have put us through. And then, of course, in the last season's Europa League, of course, we know what happened there. Anyway, Saka now looking to get a shot on target. Oh, the goalkeeper nearly spills it. In fact, he does spill it. Manages to prevent the corner. Not convincing goalkeeper there from Diogo Costa, from Bukayo Saka. Now, Martin Odegaard in the box, but he can't get through. The ball scrambled behind it is a corner to Arsenal. Suddenly, Arsenal put under pressure 12.5 minutes played. It is still Arsenal 0, Porto 0. That's 1-0 on aggregate, of course, to the Portuguese side. But Arsenal now starting to apply some pressure to the Porto goal. And that was there. Saka's shot there was our first shot on target in the 2 legs. And the goalkeeper didn't exactly do himself a lot of favours there, did he? He spilt it. He did manage to prevent the corner, but Arsenal have got a corner now because the follow-up was blocked. And Arsenal have been dangerous there from set pieces, haven't we? Saka's going to take this one from the near side in swinger with that left foot. Can Arsenal get someone on the end of this and get this early lead? In fact, it goes short instead to Trossard. Saka gets it back, pulls it back to the edge of the box. Martin Odegaard lines up a shot, but it's into the side netting. And the goalkeeper there who had that covered anyway. A different corner routine. And it kind of worked, didn't it? Because we got the shot away. It was a little bit predictable, really. And that's not Martin Odegaard's favourite position for a shot, is it? Anyway, Saka had done well just before. The goalkeeper there made a bit of a meal of that, didn't he? Nick Nack says, Keeper almost did a TI, but he did. If you remember the Manchester United goalkeeper all those years ago against Southampton at Old Trafford when he let it go through, similar kind of effort to that. Although that shot was a lot weaker than Saka's there, wasn't it? Mark C says, the boys are in the mood. Yeah, they're looking in the mood now. I'd say a bit of a nervy start, but we're settling in. We are settling in. And it's quite a fascinating game now, isn't it? Because Porto are going to start, I think Porto are going to start to do what they did in that first leg, which was soak up the pressure and look to counter-attack. And I think they're going to settle into doing that again. And of course, the onus is on us, isn't it? We're at home, we're 1-0 down. Our onus is to go forward and try to get a goal. It could leave us a little bit vulnerable at the back. Anyway, Kai Havertz is trying to win the ball back high up the pitch again on this near side. But this time, Porto do deal with that, clear it away. But Arsenal have won the second ball. Now, Declan Rice, a little bit of space for him over on that far side. Pepe comes across. He goes past Pepe there a little bit too easily. Declan Rice puts a cross in, but it's not a great ball. It's cleared away again by Porto. And Porto trying to play out for the back. Well, that's a nice little flick, but it doesn't actually do much good because Arsenal won it back. Declan Rice again over on that far side. And now the cross is going to come in from Trossard. Is it good feet? Now the cross does come in. A header from Saka. No, it isn't. Good defending actually there from Porto. Saka looks though he's going to get a header away from 6 yards. Couldn't quite get anything on that. So good defending in the end, it turned out to be. And Arsenal coming forward again, trying to do everything really quickly at the moment. But Porto have just won a goal kick in front of their very, very loud and noisy fans behind the goal at the clock. And that's a good cross there. And it was actually Saka did get there under pressure. It was good defending. And Saka couldn't direct his header on towards the goal. But that was a decent cross there from Leandro Trossard over on that far side. And that was an opportunity there for Saka. But it was good defending. The defender put him under pressure, so he couldn't actually get his head round it and put it in the corner. Mark C says there, we're forcing the pace, exactly what I want to see. Yeah, that's what we've got to do. The onus is on us, isn't it? Nick Nack says, good ball in. Saka won the header there, just couldn't direct it. Yeah, exactly. It was a good ball in there. We've just given the ball away on the edge of our penalty. A shot comes in. Oh, David Ray was at full stretch. It's gone wide. It was Eva Nielsen there, one of the many Brazilians in this team. And it was poor defender there, poor defensive header there from William Saliba. It fell to Ivan Evelson there and it went wide. Did David Raya get a hand to that? I don't think he did. No, he didn't. It just bounced wide of that far post. But that was an opportunity there for Porto, their first real strike at goal. We've played 16 minutes and both teams have had opportunities, but Saka's trying to get in again. But again, it's good defending from Porto. And Arsenal can get the ball away. Ty says, we're closing down really well. Yeah, well, we are closing down really well. Yeah, high up the pitch. Which is, I say, what we've got to do. We've got to be aggressive tonight. We've got to take the game to them. And if we do that, then we're going to have a chance of getting the result that we need, of course, which, as we know, is a 2-goal victory. 1-goal victory would just take it to extra time. Nathan says, Saliba had so much time there. Poor header. It was a poor header. He was almost trying to be too clever with it, wasn't he? Trying to sort of head it as a pass. So I think it was Martin Odegaard. You can't take that risk there. You've just got to head it away, haven't you? Get it away from your goal. And it was a bad mistake, and it almost proved costly, didn't it? Because if they'd scored from that. Anyway, William Saliba now looking to play a better ball forward, and he does. He finds Ben White on this near side. 2 assists for him, of course, on Saturday against Brentford. 2 great crosses. This is good play from Arsenal. Martin Odegaard's got a little bit of space on the end of the box. It took too long. Had the ball taken off him there. It just opened up for him there, didn't it? And Martin Odegaard found himself in a little bit of space, which has been hard to come by against Porto in the game so far. But he had some space there on the edge of the box. Didn't really make the most of it, did he? Took too long. And the ball was taken off. Now Saka finds Ødegaard again. Tried to thread it through to Ben White, but it was cut out. And Martin Ødegaard slid in there, try and win the ball back. And Arsenal have won the ball back. In fact, they've won a free kick. And it was a foul there on Jorginho by Ivan Ilson, who's been involved quite a lot in these early stages for Porto. But it was a foul. He was stretching there. Jorginho was always going to get the ball first, and it is a free kick to Arsenal. We've played 18 minutes. Jorginho is just back on his feet again. The Italian Barcelona are 2-0 up against Napoli in their game. That puts 3-1 on aggregate to Barcelona. They look as though they are going through. And Arsenal still got a lot of work to do. We are still 1-0 down on aggregate, of course. Nick Nack says they're lucky to get the free kick. Ødegaard's challenge was just as bad. It was, yeah. In fact, I thought he'd given a free kick to Porto at first for that challenge, but it wasn't. Anyway, Declan Rice is going to take this free kick, is he? Anyway, he goes over to have a chat to the captain, Martin Ødegaard, and he's going to put his ball into the box, is he? Nathan says, is this the same ref as the previous game? No, it's not. No, it's a different ref. You always get a different ref in the two legs, don't you? I don't know why, but you do. Anyway, Declan Rice is going to take this free kick for Arsenal on this near side. Whips it into the edge of 6-yard box. Everyone's offside there. It was Gabriel volleyed it wide, but he was miles offside. Porto didn't fall for that trick, did they? Everybody was standing offside. They moved forward. The Porto defence just ran out. And Arsenal got 3 players offside. That's clever defending, actually, from Porto. That is the George Graham, Tony Adams offside trap there in full effect, wasn't it? Arsenal tried to be clever, didn't they? They had 3 players standing offside. They started to move back as the free kick was taken, and then they spun to go forward. But the Porto defence weren't having none of it. They all just ran out as in a line, and they caught us out offside. Quite funny when you see that. Very 1980s, isn't it? We're so used to that, of course, as Arsenal fans, seeing that work so well for us for so many years. And it was quite funny to see it against us, actually, in 2024 in the Champions League. Wow, incredible. Nick Nat says textbook offside. So it was an Arsenal offside trap, wasn't it? Patented by George Graham back in the 1980s, wasn't it? Yeah, brilliant stuff. Modern football sometimes isn't what it, isn't like it used to be, is it? But when you see stuff like that, it kind of makes me happy. And that was a great offside trap from Porto. So yeah, great stuff from them. We fell straight into it, didn't we? Anyway, we've played 20 minutes now. We're coming up to Wolves at halfway point in the first half. It is still 0-0. And apart from that one shot from Saka, which the goalkeeper made a bit of a meal of, we haven't really created too much, have we? We've had a lot of the ball. And Porto have had a good chance as well, haven't they? With an effort just past that far post. So it's certainly in a balance still, this tie, isn't it? And obviously, Porto are still leading from that goal in the first leg. And Arsenal trying to come forward again over on that far side. Good defending again from Porto. And that's really good playing. And Jorginho concedes a free kick. Good free kick, really. Took one for the team there, didn't he? Stopped that counter-attack. He did well. Terry says Barcelona 2-0 up. Indeed, Barcelona are 2-0 up. And they look as though they're going through, don't they? It's they're 3-1 up on aggregate, whereas we are still 1-0 down on aggregate. So we have got a lot of work to do tonight still. And Porto trying to come forward there. The ball played through. I think it was Ivan Ilson again trying to go on the end of it. But in the end, William Saliba did quite well. Almost overrun that ball, but he managed to recover. And now Arsenal trying to come forward down this near side. Saka's bullied off the ball there. And that defender, number 18's done pretty well against him, hasn't he, so far? Apart from that one shot that Saka's had. He's not had a lot of joy, has he, so far, Saka on this near side. Anyway, Porto now trying to play it through the lines over on this far side. That's a good ball. Porto now have got some bodies in the box that comes across. There's an effort. It's shot on the target. Good save from David Raya. Porto there almost getting the goal. They've still got the ball inside the penalty. The cross comes in. It's deflected. It's flipped on. Arsenal can't get it away. The shot from distance hits an Arsenal defender. I think it was Jacob Kiwior, and Porto was almost 1-0 up on the night. That was a good save from David Raya. It was Ivan Ilson again with the effort. He's been bright, hasn't he, for Porto? That's a decent save away to his left-hand side from David Raya. And Arsenal living a bit dangerous. It was a good move from Porto all round, actually. They're coming forward again over on that far side. Can they get the cross in? They do get the cross in towards the near post. Good defending though from Gabriel. And Porto now having a spell. Arsenal had a spell, didn't we, a few moments ago? But now it's all Porto for the time being. They feel like they can score here tonight, don't they? They really do. They're giving it a go here, putting us under pressure there. And decent save that was from David Raya, wasn't it? A really good save. Away to his left-hand side now. Porto coming forward again, but that ball's going to run all the way through. David Raya comes out of his box. Can't keep the ball in. It's gone out for a throw, and Raya's got to run back into his goal. But Saka kept hold of the ball to give him the chance. And it was even Ilson there, really lively in his early part of this game. He could have scored 2 goals already. He fired one just wide, and that one was on target. And David Raya had to make the save, and a good save it was. It's difficult sometimes, isn't it, for a goalkeeper when you don't have a lot to do. And David Raya doesn't often have a lot to do, does he? Because we're so dominant in games. But that's a sign of a good goalkeeper. You know, that's a concentration issue that we've raised about Aaron Ramsdale. He's even raised it himself. And that's what happened on Saturday. And you've got to keep your concentration for the whole game as a goalkeeper. You can't switch off for a second because anything can happen. And that's a good save. Yes, it's quite close to him, but it's come at him quite quickly, and it's a good save. It really is a good save. Well done, David Raya, who's playing well for Arsenal. He's settled in well, hasn't he? Yes, he's made some mistakes. He's a goalkeeper. You won't find one that hasn't. Look at Edison at the weekend, for example. You know, every goalkeeper makes mistakes, don't they? It's how you cope with them. And he's done well, and he's really settled in now, and you can see the calmness that he brings to that defence. Ball over top again. Porto again looking to get in behind, but that was that even Ilson again? Oh, no, it wasn't. No, that was Galano who scored that goal, of course, in the first leg. Good strike that was, wasn't it? To give Porto this advantage. We've played nearly 25 minutes here at the Emirates tonight. It's still 0-0. Porto will be delighted with this. They've actually had more possession as well, Porto, 54%, which is a bit of a surprise. It looks as though Arsenal maybe done better than that on possession. But anyway, possession doesn't mean a lot, does it? It's putting the ball in the net, and so far we haven't managed to do that. And Porto will be delighted with how this first half been playing out so far, won't they? We've only had 1 shot on target, and that's all. When we need to win by 2 goals, that's nowhere near enough, is it? Anyway, Arsenal now in possession with Gabriel over on that far side. Plays it back to his mate William Saliba. Really good partnership. Those two have built up over the last couple of years, haven't they? And Saliba again in possession. Arsenal just taking their time. And that's the thing about tonight, isn't it? I think we need to be patient. Oh, Saliba's run into trouble there. Got away with it. It was even Ilson again. Committed a foul this time, though. And a little bit sloppy from Saliba. Been sloppy a couple of times tonight, William Saliba. In fact, in recent games, he's not been as great as normal. He's been making a few silly mistakes, hasn't he? Anyway, Ben White now on his near side for Arsenal, trying to come forward. Back to William Saliba. Was going to play it square to Gabriel. Instead, he looks for a dinked ball over the top, looking for Ben White on his near side. He finds Ben White. Again, that's aggressive defending from Porto. And they're looking strong defensively, aren't they? But they've conceded a throw now, which Ben White is going to take quickly. That was Wendell, Mr. Wendell, of course, if you remember the Arrested Development song from the 1990s. Anyway, Saka now on his near side. Plays the ball back to Gabriel. And Arsenal being patient. I say patience is going to be crucial tonight, isn't it? Because it's not going to be, we're not going to run away with this game 4-5-0, are we? Absolutely not. Nathan says, took a risk here. He did take a risk. Yeah, he's done that a few times, I say, in recent games as well. He's been sloppy in the early spell in this game as well, hasn't he, William Saliba? He needs to be a bit more focused. Anyway, Trossard over on that far side has done really well. Leandro Trossard, can he get the cross in? He does get the cross in. The header comes in from Ben White. From Declan Rice at the near post, and he's put it wide. Good play though from Leandro Trossard, very direct there, put the cross in, and I think Declan Rice sort of headed into Pepe as well. In fact, he headed Pepe's shoulder, and just feeling his nose there, which is still there. I'm sure he's going to be okay. Anyway, a long ball forward again from Porto. They're looking to get this ball clear up this near side. Do they feel that's Arsenal's weakness, maybe? Anyway, Inter Milan, is that the game still 0-0? It's 1-0. Oh, that's tomorrow. Athletic Madrid against Inter Milan. And then it's Dortmund and PSV, of course. PSV, of course, were in our group, weren't they? Got through with us. as we know. Anyway, Arsenal now coming forward to get up this near side. Ben White, a little bit of space, finds Bukayo Saka ahead of him. Bukayo Saka's going to have a run again, goes around the outside. Is he fouled? He knows he wasn't, and he was looking at the linesman in more hope than expectation. And it's going to be a goal kick to Porto. It was just strong defending there. Very, very strong defending, you've got to say. And he's done well, this fullback, number 18 for Porto in these early stages against Saka. He's strong, he's aggressive, and he's not giving Saka any time, is he? Nick Nack says, by the time a cross comes in, there's 9 Porto players in the box. Exactly, yeah, that's going to be the story of the night, isn't it? That's what happened in the first leg as well, wasn't it? They got people back. That's a good ball from Porto, actually, over on that far side again. They've looked dangerous coming forward, haven't they? They did in the first game, they are tonight. And this is not an easy game. This is not an easy game at all, is it? Because Porto are looking dangerous. That cross comes in towards the far post, and it comes in back across the goal. Oh, good save again by David Raya. He came across there. It was headed back across the goal by Galana, I think it was, looking for his mate, Evan Ilson, in the 6-yard box. It just went over the Porto striker, actually, and David Raya was able to grab it behind. Anyway, Saka now coming forward. It's a bit end-to-end at the minute. Saka finds Ben White on the overlap. Ben White dinks across to the far post. Oh, great defensive header there, actually. Look, by Pepe it was. Wow. And he's fell into the goal as a result of that. Ben White there tried to stand that cross up to the far post. And Pepe just got enough on it. Kai Havertz was right behind him there. Would have had a header into an empty net. That's great defending again from Pepe. Wow, he is incredible, isn't he? Absolutely incredible. Nick Nack says, need to isolate Saka against Pepe. Well, I think Pepe's clever though, isn't he? And he's over the other side as well, Pepe, isn't he? And Gabriel's with us. Hi, how you all doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, and yourself, mate, you're doing well. It is a corner to Arsenal in front of those Porto fans. Declan Rice is going to take it over on that far side. 29.5 minutes played. Still 0-0 on the night. 1-0 to Porto on aggregate. Declan Rice's free kick into the near post, headed sort of up and away in the end by Porto, and it's cleared away at the second attempt. And it was João Murillo there, and there's 2 balls on the pitch. Multi-ball, and it's having to be taken a throw again. Nathan says, what a header it was. A great header, wasn't it? It was a great header from Pepe there. Gabriel says, just finished class, got home to watch the game. Good stuff. Good to see you with us. Hope you're well. You know, it is a throw to Arsenal on this near side. Ben White plays it back to William Saliba. And he keeps possession, plays it up the line to Bukayo Saka, tries to turn away, is fouled by Nico, and it's a free kick to Arsenal. It was taken quickly there, a bit too quickly for the referee. Kai Havertz was almost in, but the referee wasn't happy with that free kick being taken that quickly. It was Ben White with the ball, and Gabriel didn't quite get a touch on it anyway, but it wouldn't have mattered in any case because the referee wasn't going to allow that to carry on. And it is going to be the free kick now to be retaken again by Arsenal. 31 minutes on the clock. Still 0-0 on the night. 1-0 to Porto on aggregate. And Arsenal need to find something special to get back into this game, into this tie. Try and make it through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time in, 14 years? Wow. It's really been that long. Incredible, isn't it? Anyway, this free kick now. Martin Odegaard swings it in towards the far post. The goalkeeper comes and punches it. Not convincing. It's come to Bukayo Saka on his near side. And his cross is blocked. It's a corner to Arsenal. And it's gone behind. Terry says, in my opinion, Havertz should have put Pepe and the ball in the net. Well, yeah, he should have done, yeah. But anyway, he was waiting for it to come to him, wasn't he? I don't suppose he was expecting Pepe to get anything on it. Ty says, well done, Saka, drew him in for the foul. Yeah, he did, yeah. And one of these Porto players has gone down with an injury. I think it's Mr. Wendell. Again, see, they're just delaying tactics, aren't they? Which we knew they would. They're pretending to be injured. It's fine. You know, he's nothing wrong with him. I mean, he did take that ball straight in the face, to be fair, but even so. Nick Nack says the Porto keeper's looking a bit shaky with variables. He is, yeah, he's looking very shaky. Nathan says set pieces could be crucial. Yes, absolutely, they could be. If we can get enough decent deliveries in the box, I say the goalie is looking a little bit shaky, isn't he? So let's see, we've got a corner here. So this is an opportunity. I will put this one long into that 6-yard box, put him under pressure again. It's going to be Saka with this corner again from this near side. With that left foot low towards the near post, headed out, doesn't even beat the first defender. Not a great set piece. You think when you need a set piece, a good one with the goalkeeper looking a little bit shaky, but he's come for that ball there on the edge of his 6-yard box, and he's got both hands on it. Diogo Costa, a name that, of course, conjures up a few memories of the Chelsea striker from a few years ago that caused us a lot of grief, didn't he? It's 2-1 to Barcelona now. Napoli have pulled one back. So that tie is still in the balance, isn't it? It's 3-2 now. It is 3-2 to Barcelona. So that could go either way, couldn't it? Anyway, Porto have got a throw. Gabriel says, looking dangerous on set pieces, maybe our best at shot of scoring. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we've done well at set pieces all season, so we shall see. I say the goalie's looking a little bit iffy, isn't he? So that could be the way. That could be our way through, couldn't it? We'll have to see. Anyway, it's a throw to Porto on this near side. And it's going to be... Is that Mr. Wendell taking it? I do like him. Just his name, really. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, he's another Brazilian, by the way, as if you didn't know. They all have one name, don't they? Well, they don't. They have loads of names, but they use one name, don't they? Anyway, Porto coming forward again. This is good play. Oh, that's a good tackle, actually. I think it was Jorginho with it, won the ball back. Good defensive play that was there from the Italian, who's always sort of Brazilian as well, isn't he? Another Brazilian in the Arsenal ranks. Oh, and was that a foul? Referee says no, and Porto can come forward over on that far side. I didn't think it was a foul. I thought he won the ball, actually, there. The little number 10, Concesco. And the play was allowed to continue. And the ball's now back with the goalkeeper. Costa is outside his penalty area. Plays it forward. And Porto now trying to play it out from the back. They look comfortable in possession, don't they? The goalkeeper again plays up this near side. And Porto now go long through the centre. It's flicked on. Again, Porto looking good. That was looking for... in fact, it was offside anyway. And the lineman over on that far side gave the free kick. Arsenal just trying to find something special here to break down this strong Porto defence. But so far, so good for the Portuguese. They are holding us to 0-0 and preserving their 1-0 lead. We've only had one shot on target, the same as them. And that is what we're going to have to improve if we're going to find a way to get the 2 goals that we need. Anyway, Saka there couldn't keep that ball in. He tried to run around the outside of the defender. It's run behind for a goal kick, a throw, which Mr. Wendell's going to take again on this near side. He's got a strapling on his left hand or his left wrist. Obviously, a little injury there for him. It's another throw up this near side, which Porto again take quite quickly. They're, we thought they were going to maybe take their time over things, but actually they're not, are they? They're not really taking their time, are they? They're getting on with it, which I'm quite surprised about, actually. They're taking throw-ins quickly. They're taking goal kicks quickly. They're not looking to waste time yet. Whether that will change when we get into the final 15 minutes or so, we'll have to see. I'm sure if it stays like this, they certainly will probably waste time. But they're certainly not tonight so far, are they? They've got another throw on that far side. And they take a bit more time over this one in the attacking third, funnily enough. Anyway, Terry says Porto looking a lot more confident than I thought they was going to be. Well, I thought from that first leg, I thought they looked a good side. Actually, they look organised, strong defensively, and posed a threat. And this is a type of team in Europe that's really, really difficult to negotiate. They've got all of the kind of characteristics that you need to do well in Europe, haven't they? Defensively strong. They've got some really quick forwards. They can play well on the counter attack, and they're confident on the ball. And I said that after the first leg, they're a decent team. And people were taking them lightly, saying we were going to win 4-0 over there and all this, that, and the other. I knew it was going to be a tight game. I didn't expect us to lose, I've got to be honest. But having seen that game, I knew tonight was going to be really difficult. And it's proved to be really difficult. We've played 37.5 minutes, and Arsenal haven't really created too many problems yet. We've had a few set pieces. We've had a few balls into the box which have maybe made the Porto defence look a little bit shaky, but they've been pretty comfortable, haven't they, Porto, so far? And you don't get the feeling that we're going to be scoring anytime soon. Nathan says they're a well-drilled team. Yeah. Gabriel says, I knew Porto was always decent, even when we drew against them. I mean, I didn't know too much about them, actually. I've got to be honest. I didn't really know that much about them. I was just, they're going to be, they're going to have some flair players because they're all Brazilian and Portuguese. So, they're going to be comfortable on the ball. They've got, obviously, Pepe at the back to organise their defence. So, they're going to be well organised. And there's going to be a yellow card here. Leandro Trossard's dad, who's a referee, is going to be booking William Saliba. Another little mistake there by Saliba. And he gets himself a yellow card. And that sums up his game, really. Look, he got far too tight there. And he's pulled him to the floor. And it's in a non-dangerous position. He didn't need to do that there, did he, really? He just got to defend a bit better. And he's not been on his game tonight, William Saliba, so far. A little bit sloppy, made a few silly errors, and he just made one. He got himself a yellow card. So he's going to have to be careful there, isn't he? Because the last thing we need is to get a red card and be down to 10 men in a game like this. So it's hard enough with 11 against a team like this, isn't it? Anyway, Nick Neck says, I laid Arsenal to qualify at 1.17. I hope loses, to be fair, but shows what strong favourites they were on the market. Well, yeah. Equates to an 85.5% chance. So I'm surprised it's that much because we're 1-0 down. I think if we come into this game level, I'd have really, really fancied our chances of going through. But the fact we've got to turn a 1-0 lead, a 1-0 deficit, around against a team that are really good. They're coming forward again here. Oh, the winger there didn't quite read that, did he? I think next. That was before the first league. Oh, okay, fair enough. I'll let you off. Not after the first league. Nathan says he actually does look like Trossard. He does. He's a spitting image of Trossard, isn't he? Gabriel says right now 64% probability of winning this in regulation. I'm surprised it's even that high. I mean, I suppose winning this game, whether or not it's enough, whether we can win by the 2 goals to go through in regulation time, I'm not sure. But anyway, we're coming forward now. The ball's out to that far side with Leandro Trossard, plays it in field to Martin Odegaard, does well, plays it into Trossard. This is great. Trossard shot, and Trossard has scored, and Arsenal have got the goal 5 minutes before half time. A great goal it was, and the referee's son has put Arsenal in front. What a great goal it was. Lovely play from Martin Odegaard, lovely play from Trossard as well, and it is. And that can only mean one thing, of course, it is. So we are halfway to getting the job done, aren't we? Halfway there. We've got the 1-0, so we're level on aggregate. And it was Martin Odegaard there. Did well. Lovely ball. Trossard got it out of his feet and rolled it into that far corner. That's a great finish. Nathan says quality. Indeed it was. Terry says get in there to Tross. Nick Nack says a good lad Trossard. Indeed. There's the goal. And Arsenal do get the goal. That was lovely play from Martin Odegaard. A lovely finish from Trossard into that far corner. Opened his body up. Put it across the keeper. And we have got ourselves level. We need one more goal. And can we get through this game tonight? Wow. What a great finish that was. What a great goal. Terry says, what a finish. It was a great finish. Pepe's looking a little bit disappointed, isn't he now? And Porto now will need to score. Phil says there, trust the boss. Indeed, trust the boss. Why he doesn't get more minutes in the Premier League, I do not know. And Nathan says, great movement by Trossard. Well, it was a good goal, wasn't it? It was a lovely, lovely play by Martin Odegaard as well. Gabriel says, good finish from Trossard. It was a brilliant finish. Really, really good finish. Opened his body up and put it across the keeper into that far corner. And that's what he can do. But suddenly Porto now on the break, on the counter-attack, looking to strike back instantly over on that far side. They have looked dangerous coming forward. This is good play. Shot from distance, but he's got it all wrong. And it's going to go behind. It was Concesco there. and not had much impact on this game so far, has he? He's the one who's the manager's son, isn't he? Who played so well in that first game. He's not much impact tonight so far. And that shot there wasn't particularly good, was it? Anyway, Pepe is talking to the referee. Not quite sure why. It was a great ball there, wasn't it? Maybe it was a foul as well, but the referee allowed play to go on. It was the other Pepe who played that ball through. Then he was fouled by Gabriel, and it led to the shot. But it was a great ball there from Martin Odegaard. The defender slipped, but that doesn't matter. Great play by Trossard. Lovely first touch. Fired it through Pepe's legs. Gabriel says Trossard scored with 2 hours of sleep. He looks like he never has any sleep, does he? Ty says there, take a bow, Martin. Great ball control indeed. Mark C says bingo. We're not quite bingo yet. We're only halfway. We're halfway to full house, aren't we? Nick Next says score another. It's a completely different game. Absolutely, it definitely will be. Terry says can't believe Trossard's brother didn't celebrate him. Yeah, I know. I thought he was going to actually. Would have been a nice picture, wouldn't it? Anyway, it's a goal kick to Arsenal, which David Raya takes long. It's going to run all the way through. In fact, it's a free kick to Porto. Into the last couple of minutes of the first half. The goal came after 41 minutes. And the referee there stamping his authority on the game. And it's a free kick to Porto anyway. Nico it was fouled. And it was Kai Havertz with the foul. They were just jumping for the ball there. And maybe Kai Havertz was a little bit too aggressive with his jump there. But anyway, Arsenal are 1-0 up. So it's 1-1 on aggregate. It's still in the balance, isn't it? This tie, it really is still in the balance. And Porto have asked us enough questions tonight as well to suggest that this game isn't nowhere near finished. Well, it's not done anyway, is it? I mean, it's only 1-1 in any case. But it's nowhere near over. And Arsenal certainly still got a lot of work to do if we are going to go through. We've got to be switched on defensively here. It's a throw. We're into the last few seconds of normal time at the end of this first half. Arsenal have turned around that first leg defeat. It is 1-0. 1-1 aggregate. This long throw towards the near post. It's flicked on. Porto looking dangerous. Good defending there, actually. I think that was Trossard again. And it's a long ball clearance, which looks like it's going to run out for a throw again to Porto. And another player's gone down. It's the other Pepe. There's only going to be a minute now. Declan Rice is squaring up to Otavio. And then Varela gets involved as well. Not quite sure what happened there. A bit of afters there. Declan Rice isn't happy. And Martin Odegaard just gone down to calm him down. You don't often see Declan Rice react like that, do you? Not sure what happened there, but he wasn't happy, was he, Dec, with what that reaction? Anyway, Pepe, the other Pepe, not the older Pepe, the younger Pepe, has gone down with an injury here. There's going to be a minute of stoppage time. Well, there'll be more now because we've already played 30 seconds and nothing's happened since then. It was nice play actually there from Porto. And Trossard there got some good defensive play, actually. Not quite sure what the problem was there that Porto were complaining about. Anyway, Trossard cleared the ball away, and then it was Declan Rice and Otavio there squared up to each other. And anyway, Pepe's still down. I don't know if that was the effects of the earlier injury that he had as well. Nathan says there, did you see Jorginho screaming at Saka to mark his man from the throw-in? Leadership in a big game, loves it. Exactly. I mean, now we've got some leaders on the pitch, haven't we? Jorginho, Declan Rice. He still looks angry, doesn't he, Dec? And they say it's unusual for him. He doesn't normally get involved in stuff like that, does he? He's normally a very calm head while all the fiery stuff goes on around him. But he's got involved in something there, and he's still wound up about it, you can see. But it is nearly half time, so there's time, isn't there, to get himself calmed down before he gets involved again. We've played 2 minutes of stoppage time. There's only supposed to be a minute, but we haven't actually played any football because this injury to Pepe, who's now kind of limping off on this near side. I'd imagine they'd wait until half time before deciding whether to take him off or not. It seems like an injury maybe to his lower back, although he's not moving his leg particularly well, is he? Anyway, it's a throw to put on this near side. We maybe still need to play the minute of stoppage time, don't we? Anyway, there's a foul there on Kai Havertz. Someone's gone through the back of him there. And I think there's going to be a yellow card is there from the referee. In fact, two Porto players got in each other's way there. I mean, it was a foul on Havertz. I don't think it is a yellow card in actual fact. And Kai Havertz has gone down a very similar injury to the one that Pepe just had as well for Porto, isn't it? Anyway, he looks like he's going to be okay. And this first half is going on a little bit longer than we anticipated because we thought we were getting 1 minute of stoppage time and now we've had nearly 3 and we still play on. Nick Leck says Jorginho is a winner, won the Champions League with Chelsea, Euros. Exactly, yeah, of course he's a winner. You know, we haven't got enough players in our squad, have we, that have won big trophies, really. So it's everyone that we've got is so important in these type of games. It's a free kick to Arsenal. David Raya takes it. In fact, there goes the half-time whistle. And Trossard and his brother in conversation now. I'm not sure. Maybe they're talking about what they're going to have for dinner when they get home. I'm not sure. As we walk off at half-time, it is half-time. It is Arsenal 1, Porto 0 on the night, which means it's 1-1. On aggregate. It was that goal from Leandro Trossard in the 41st minute that has decided this first half in Arsenal's favour. So all to play for in the second half. It was a good first half, actually, wasn't it? It was fascinating, wasn't it? Because both teams had moments. Porto have come to play football, which I was surprised about. I thought they'd just come to waste time and shut up shop, but no, they played some football. They've had 1 or 2 opportunities themselves to get a goal. And we've had not many opportunities, but we took the one that mattered. Lovely goal it was, well made by Martin Ødegaard, well finished by Leandro Trossard, and we have got ourselves back level. And it's all to play for in the second half, isn't it? You do feel that Arsenal are in control now of this tie. We're at home. We just need 1 more goal. But we're just going to have to be a bit more focused at the back, aren't we? Because we've made 1 or 2 little mistakes. William Sleeber in particular, who's now got himself a yellow card. And Nick Nack says they do look remarkably alike. Well, they're almost like twins, aren't they? They are almost like twins. Mark C says, no one knock it, we're doing okay. No, we're doing well, yeah. Terry says that first half flew. It did fly. It was a good first half, wasn't it? Entertaining, a lot going on as well. And I think because there's it's not an easy game, is it? We're having to work hard. We have to be switched on and focused. And Porto look as though they could score at any time, which makes it interesting, doesn't it? But we've got the breakthrough, and it needed that extra bit of quality, didn't it? Absolutely needed that extra bit of quality that we managed to produce. And is that going to be the crucial moment in this game? We shall see. Terry says, did the ref say, Mum will be proud of you? Yeah, maybe. I think they were talking about what they're going to have for dinner when after the game. That's what I think they're talking about. Anyway, we shall see. But yeah, it's been a difficult first half. And we are looking forward to what the second half brings. Hopefully it will bring at least 1 more Arsenal goal, because that is what we need to go through, of course, as we know. So let's just see what's going on in the world of social media, shall we? So yeah, 45 minutes to get ourselves at least 1 more goal, maybe 2, but 1 more will do. But yeah, we are back on level terms, and that's so important, isn't it? So important that we've done it in that first half as well. But it's certainly not over yet, is it? It's no way is this over. It's going to be very, very difficult for Arsenal in the second half as well, isn't it? I think Porto are a decent team. They're playing well, and we've done well to get ourselves in front, haven't we? But still work to do. Still a lot of work to do if we're going to go through. What is coming up on the channel for you? I will tell you, shall I? On Friday, of course, what is going on Friday? Well, we know, don't we? It is a massive, massive game for the Arsenal women away at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. That game, that is on Friday, kicks off at 7 o'clock. So I'll be here at 6:45 for that one. That is going to be a hell of a night, isn't it? Arsenal versus Chelsea in the WSL. If Arsenal were to win, we would go level on points with Chelsea. Wow. And they are the leaders of the WSL. What a big night that's going to be. So join me for that one on Friday. Of course, it's a weekend off, isn't it? There's no Arsenal games this weekend. Of course, the men aren't playing, as we know, and the women's games on Friday. So it's a free weekend of football. So you'll all have to join us on Friday for the game, because that's all we're going to be doing this weekend. Of course, there will be a special video coming out on Sunday, because me and Paula are doing a race. I'm doing a 10K, Paula's doing a 5K. That's all going to be good. There'll be a video of that coming out on Sunday. So join us for that, because that's going to be good. I'm sure you'll agree. And depending on the situation with football on Saturday, or whether I'll be doing a park run as well, I don't know. If football's off, I will. But if not, then you just have to watch the video on Sunday of our race. It's actually on a disused airfield, which is where the race is. You're running around the used to be an RAF base in the Second World War, and it's not used. It's an army camp now, but they don't use the runways or anything. They don't fly planes in it. But we'll be running around there, so it's going to be good. I'll be doing 2 laps of it, Paul doing 1. So it's going to be good. Hopefully the weather is going to be nice, and we can enjoy a nice race day on Sunday. Looking forward to that, which is good. Nathan says all to play for in the second half. Absolutely. Gabrielle says need this goal badly. We use it to build momentum for the second half. Yeah, let's hope so. That's got to be the plan. Terry says at least we haven't got to go all gung-ho in the second half. No, exactly, yeah. We can be patient again, take our time, and hopefully the goal or goals will come. But we still need to be switched on defensively, don't we? Because Porto have posed a threat. There's no doubt they've been okay. They've been good. You know, the one time that we showed a little bit of extra quality in that final third. Lovely play from Martin Odegaard. Good movement there from Trossard. Lovely first touch. Lovely finish. And that is a great goal, isn't it, to bring us level. It was a good goal that won it for Porto in the first leg. It's a good goal that's brought us level in the second leg. Really good movement from Trossard. And that is a really good finish. And how important might that goal be in terms of the momentum of this game? Because just before half-time, Porto would have been happy, wouldn't they, to have gone in at half-time 0-0. They really would have been delighted with that. So I think that goal could be very, very important for the whole momentum of this tie. But we shall see what happens in the second half. But, yeah, good stuff. So, yeah, let's see what happens. It's going to be all to play for, as we said, all to play for in the second half. You do feel as though the next goal in this game is going to be absolutely the most important goal, don't you? I think if we score and go 2-0 up, then you have to say that I think we'll go through. I can't see Porto coming back from that if we were to get a second goal. But I think if Porto were to score next and get it back to 1-1, and we've got to get 2 goals again, then it's going to swing the other way, isn't it? So it really is in the balances. It's exciting, isn't it? I must admit the Champions League, I've not watched much of it in the last few years. We've not been in it. I've not really been bothered. But these 2-legged top quality ties are actually really good, aren't they? When they're like this, when they're so finely balanced, it's great, isn't it? So, yeah, it's what it's all about, isn't it? Champions League football. It is 1-1 on aggregate. Wow, all to play for. And we've still got 45 minutes to try and get the goal that we need that would send us through. So let's see if we can get it. Can we do it? It's not been a brilliant Arsenal performance, has it? But we've so far done what we've needed to do. And let's see if we can finish the job off in the second half. But, yeah, it's been a good first half, hasn't it? Anyway, I'm just going to grab a quick drink. So stay with me and I will see you the other side of this little break, which if I can find my little jingle to play. Where's my little jingle? I've got a jingle to play, haven't I? Where's it gone? Ah, there it is there. Right, I'll be back shortly. Stay tuned for the second half. So welcome back then for getting ready for the second half, which is going to be good, I'm sure. So all to play for. It's going to be good, isn't it? No, you see, no Yorkie bar, no Yorkie bar. I just got some water. That was all. It's too late in the day for a Yorkie bar. I don't have a Yorkie this time, haven't I? Can you? Oh, Greg's, I said him up and good to see you. No Yorkie for me tonight. I say it's too late. You can't eat Yorkies at 9 o'clock at night, can you? That's no good, is it? It's too late. I had a Yorkie at lunchtime. That's enough for me. Terry says, if you haven't liked and subscribed, why not get your finger out? Yeah, like and subscribe. Particularly like because it really does help the channel. Where are we for likes? Actually, I haven't really looked. Actually, where are we? Right, let's have a look. How many likes are we on? Because we need to get loads. That's what we need to do. We can't just mess around with a few. Shall we have a look and see how we're doing for likes? What are we on? 17? 18? Come on, that's not enough, is it? We need to get 40 at least. At least 40. Come on, guys. What's the matter with you? Let's get a like. If you haven't liked yet, please give us a like. Because we want to get the likes up. It's really important. We're on 18 now. So let's see how we get on there. And yeah, we are getting ready for the second half. It's going to be tense, isn't it? I'm sure. And it's going to probably be exciting as well. And I do think the next goal is going to be so important. I think, in fact, I'm going to go as far as to say this: whoever scores the next goal is going to go through. Which might seem obvious when you look at the score because it's 1-1, but I think if Arsenal score the next goal fairly early in the second half, I think we might go on and win in the end fairly comfortably. I think if Porto score the next goal, then I think they will probably go through. So we shall see. Anyway, Barcelona are 2-1 up, so they are 3-2 up on aggregate there. And this is still 1-1. We're still waiting for the teams to come out for the second half, actually. So whether they've queued up for the toilet or the to get a drink as well, because you know what it's like at the Emirates at half time. Anyway, the players are coming back out now. Well, Arsenal are coming back out now for the second half. Can we get this job finished? We are halfway there. We've done what we needed to do so far. We've got level. And it's now a 45-minute knockout game, isn't it? It's just like a 45-minute one-leg knockout, isn't it? Winner takes it all, as it were. Winner goes through to the quarterfinals. And will it be us or will it be Porto? I think we are now favourites to go through, definitely. But I think the next goal is going to be really, really important, isn't it? Anyway, Porto are coming back out as well on to the pitch. Mikel Arteta's back out for the second half as well, taking his place on that nice heated seat on the bench, which comes in handy, I'm sure, for some of these night games, doesn't it? The heated seat. But I remember sitting on there when we did the tour. It's very comfortable, actually. I think it looks like a new seat. I think they've replaced it. I'm sure they'll be heated as well. But yeah, it is. It's an amazing stadium, isn't it? Let's be honest. It really is an amazing stadium, the Emirates. And yeah, it's not Highbury, though, is it? Let's be honest. It is not Highbury. We know it's not Highbury, but it doesn't matter. Nathan says Pepe is the same age as Arteta. Is he really? And there you go, you see. And Pepe is still playing Champions League. Wow. Incredible. He hasn't quite got the same hair, though, has he? But there you go. Anyway, Porter coming back out now. Terry says, coming to Ghana's only 45 minutes. Well, it could be an extra half an hour. Couldn't there? If it stays like this, it will be. There will be an extra half an hour. But I don't think it will. I've got a feeling it won't be extra time tonight now. I've got a feeling that one or other of these teams is going to go through in normal time. And hopefully it'll be us. But we shall see. It's going to be Arsenal to kick off this second half. We are taking a goal to our left, which is at the North Bank. which traditionally has been the end where we sort of scored more goals. I'm not sure if that's necessarily the case anymore. I haven't really sat and worked it out, but anyway, it's an advantage, obviously. But then again, it's an advantage to Porto as well, because they're attacking the end where their fans are as well. They're noisy fans over in that far corner. Anyway, Arsenal trying to come forward straight away over on that far side, but Porto, they managed to clear the ball away. Greg says Arteta is playing at being manager. Yeah, absolutely is. Yeah, I agree with that. Terry says, don't want extra time. No, I don't want extra time either. It's been a long day as it is without an extra half an hour. Let's just get it done. Let's get it done and dusted in the next 45 minutes. You know, Arsenal started quite aggressively in the second half, but Porto have won the ball over on that far side. And so they have looked dangerous. And this is good play. This is good play over on the far side by Porto. If they can keep this ball in, could be an opportunity here. Pull back towards the near post. This is good play from Porto. Oh, the first touch there maybe didn't quite go as they would have liked, but they're still in possession. Porto over on that far side. Good start to the second half from them suddenly straight away. Really good link-up play over on that far side. And it's Galeno there who scored that goal in possession. He whips across in, headed out though by Declan Rice, I think it was. But Porto still picks up a loose ball. They come out for the second half looking quite fired up for this, aren't they, Porto? And the ball's now back with the goalkeeper. Now it's with Pepe up this near side. That's a good ball into midfield. And Porto are looking to get themselves back in front, or level on the night, but back in front on aggregate. And they're looking quite aggressive at the start of the second half. And over on that far side. Again, though, they're taking their time. They're not rushing. They're playing their football. And they are a good side. Let's not make any bones about it. They're a decent side, Porto. And they're certainly not going to be an easy nut to crack, are they? If we are going to go through, we're definitely going to have to earn it, aren't we? We're going to have to earn that right. Now we're trying to press high up the pitch, but good play actually from Porto defensively. A good ball up that far side again, but Arsenal have won it now with Ben White. And it looked like it's going to be a free kick. In fact, it is a free kick. Jorginho was fouled. And Arsenal can just get the ball back now, which we haven't really seen for a couple of minutes at the start of this second half. We've got a free kick now on that far side, which Jorginho is going to take. Instead, he leaves it to William Saliba, and he just knocks it short to Gabriel. Gabriel says, push for the second. Nick Nack says, score another goal and it's game over. Yeah, you do feel that, don't you? You definitely do feel that. If we go 2-0 up, 2-1 up on aggregate, you can't see Porto coming back. Anyway, they're coming forward now. You do feel if they get level, though, you do feel as though it'll be them that go through. Now it's Francesco on this near side, goes around the outside. Really good play. Pulls the ball back. Good defensive play from Declan Rice. And then a spectacular overhead shot there from Ivan Ilson, who's been quite lively there. But that was optimistic, wasn't it? To try the overhead kick. Really good play, though, by the little winger who was so good in that first leg. Done really well there. Got past Kiwior and Declan Rice was there. And then the overhead was spectacular. If they go in, you talk about them forever, don't you? But when they end up in the back of the clock end, you don't really have to worry too much about it. Anyway, even Ilson's gone down. Not quite sure whether or not he landed awkwardly there after trying that shot. Nick Nack says, Porto aren't playing for penalties, that's for sure. No, they're not. They've come out to try and get the goal and go through, absolutely. And you don't feel as though, if you look over the two legs, or the leg and a half, if you like, so far, you have to say that Porto haven't been, they've been as good as us over the two legs so far. And I think 1-1 is probably about a fair score to this point. I think there's been very little to choose between the sides. And that's what's made both of these games so fascinating, really. And that's what's making this second half even more fascinating, because it could go either way. Absolutely could go either way, because there's absolutely nothing to choose between the sides here. Nathan says he's hurt his back there. Yeah, I think he just landed awkwardly. But it's his own fault, isn't it, for trying something stupid like that? I mean, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You're not going to score like that, are you? Let's be honest. Come on. You're not Cristiano Ronaldo, mate. So don't even try and pretend that you are. Anyway, Declan Rice now has got the ball. Ben White got the ball. Plays it back now. Gabriel going to go a long ball forward. Too long. And it's gone behind for a goal kick to Porto. We've played nearly 5 minutes of the second half. Arsenal 1, Porto 0. That's 1-1 on aggregate, of course. And it is finally balanced, this tie, isn't it? Finally, but as it has been pretty much from the start. I say the first leg was 0-0 until the final few seconds. And I won't be surprised if we get a late drama here at the Emirates as well, one way or the other. But we shall see what happens. Anyway, Porto started the second half well. You have to say they're coming forward again. A little bit of space on this near side. It's a good ball as well. This little tricky winger, he's good. I really do like him. Anyway, Kyrgios's done well that time. And the ball's gone behind for a goal kick. Good defending that time from Kyrgios. And Arsenal got a goal kick. And let's see if we can get the second goal. We've played 5.5 minutes of the second half. Jorginho bringing the ball out from defence. Kyrgios plays it back to Gabriel. Plays it back to David Raya. Now Porto starting to push a little bit, trying to force a mistake. But that's a long ball up that far side, looking for Saka. He's not really had much of a kick, has he, tonight? Apart from that shot he had very early on in this game, he's not really been involved too much, has he, Bukayo Saka, as yet? But we know that only takes a moment for him, doesn't it, to have a big impact, whether it's an assist or a goal. He's always likely to do something, isn't he? And no matter how quiet he's been. Anyway, the ball's now back with the Porto goalkeeper, Diogo Costa. He rolls it out to William Saliba, plays it into Ben White. Saliba gets it back. Oh, he's giving the ball away again. Saliba's not having a great night, is he? And Porto have not really made the most of that, although they might do now. Good defending again from Kyrgios. He's been putting a little bit of pressure in the start of the second half, but he's done pretty well. And knocks a long ball forward looking for Declan Rice. But again, it's Porto pick out with Pepe showing all his experience there, isn't he? And then he buys the free kick as well. In fact, he doesn't, because the referee says it's a throw to Arsenal. And I think Pepe expected the free kick. Anyway, Otavio's come across there. It's another throw to Arsenal. Suddenly building up a little bit of momentum now in this second half. Martin Odegaard on this near side. Does well there to keep possession, but he's lost out now. He was under pressure there from two Porto players. They play the ball up this near side, but nobody's there, apart from Gabriel. And he plays it through to Jorginho, dinks the ball over the top, looking for Trossard, but he can't keep that in, the little Belgium. His goal, of course, that has given Arsenal the lead on the night. It's not quite enough as things stand. We would be going to extra time and potentially penalties, but there is still lots and lots of time left in this game. But you have to say, Porto have come out for this second half looking strong. They really have. And they've had a couple of bright moments already. And they've got another one maybe coming up here. Good play again in midfield. Moving the ball well here, Porto. Up this near side. They've got an overlap here. Conceição cuts inside, lays the ball off to Pepe, the captain. Such experience, of course, as we've said. Such a good player. That's a long ball over the top again. Porto trying to come forward. That's going to run through to David Raya. And he throws it out to Declan Rice. Just touches it off. Gabriel says there, looks shaky on possession, can't make passes more than 5 in a row. No, we're struggling a little bit at the start of the second half, but we're coming forward now with Saka over on that far side. He's got an overlap, but instead cuts in field, finds Jorginho, who runs into trouble, and now Porto can launch a counter-attack, but it wasn't a great ball, actually. Lovely play again by Jacob Kyrgios was that. And in fact, there's a foul on Trossard. And the referee is going to give a free kick to Arsenal. The game's getting a little bit feisty now, isn't it? Nathan said passing has been a bit loose. It has, yeah. And there's a yellow card, I think, there. It was lovely. It was Jorginho, actually, there. A lovely bit of skill. And then he was fouled. And it is a free kick to Arsenal. Nearly 10 minutes played of the second half. No more goals have been added since half-time, but there's been moments for Porto, you have to say, 1 or 2 bright moments for them. They've not actually had a shot at goal, I don't think, in the second half, have they? But they've looked a little bit more dangerous. Anyway, Saka now on the far side, looking to try to get the second goal for Arsenal. Plays it back to Ben White, dinks another ball into the box. That's headed away, and then the clearance is completed by Porto. Only as far as William Saliba. Nick says game feels more open since the goal. It does. And Porto coming forward again. They're very fast in possession, aren't they? And then there's a foul there by Porto. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. Mark C says, "Well, get into a stream of possession. We'll get into a stream of possession." No, I'm sure we will. It's been a bit like that this game, hasn't it? It seems to have ebbed and flowed from one end to the other. One team's had possession, then the other team. It's been that sort of a game, hasn't it? Anyway, Arsenal now with a spell to come forward, and Kai Havertz ran into a little bit of trouble there. The ball ran through to goalkeeper Diogo Costa. We played 10.5 minutes of the second half. Still Arsenal 1, Porto 0, which of course means it's 1-1 on aggregate. And it's very tense and it is very nervy. And this game could... Oh, a mistake there by the goalkeeper. Almost passed it straight to Trossard, and Arsenal won it high up the pitch. Saka lost the ball up this near side, but it's not a great ball actually. And it's going to, in fact, it was deflected. It's going to throw to Arsenal, which Trossard is going to take. In fact, he isn't. He's going to leave it to Jacob Kiwior, who's been playing well, hasn't he, at left back. That's a good throw. Actually finds Trossard, the goal scorer. Ty says there, Saliba has been off his game. Yeah, no, he has. I don't think he hasn't been great, has he, in recent games? He's been very sloppy. And he's just had a little spell, isn't he? He also won a corner on this near side, which Declan Rice is going to take. William Slee was getting himself forward to try to get the goal that could prove to be so important in this game. But it will be important for one or the other team, won't it? The next goal, Declan Rice is going to take this corner. Can Arsenal get a second goal, which would put us in front for the first time in this tie? Corner comes into the near post. Oh, it's well dealt with actually there. Comes back to Declan Rice again. Plays it out to Martin Ødegaard. Declan Rice again with a ball on this near side. Gets it onto his right. That's a good cross, headed out on the edge of the 6-yard box again by the Porto defence, who are still looking pretty solid. It's going to take something special like that first goal, you feel, isn't it? Now, can Saka provide it over on that far side? That's a good ball to Havertz. Pulls it back. It's come to Declan Rice, it was, but his shot there was blocked by Pepe. And it has gone out for a throw to Arsenal. Now, Arsenal getting a bit of momentum going. But we don't do too well there. And it is going to be another throw though to Arsenal. Jacob Kiwior takes it. And Trossard is closed down quickly, but he's won. Is that a corner or is it another throw? Nick Nack says it's a bit weird to have Rice taking corners. Surely you'd want him on the end of them. Yeah, but it's been working, hasn't it? Since Dubai, he started taking them, hasn't he? And we've scored a few goals from his corners. And he's going to take this one as well. And the Arsenal fans trying to lift the team in the crucial... Do you feel this is a crucial part of this game as well? We're coming up towards the hour mark. And it is a corner to Arsenal again over on that far side. And it's going to be taken by this near side. Sorry, Declan Rice is going to take this. It's towards the edge of the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper punches it, not very convincingly. But Porto do manage to complete the clearance. And that kind of sums up that goalkeeper for me. He's not the most confident on balls into the box, is he? He did get a punch on that, but it wasn't very confident, was it? Nick Nack says can't fault the balls he's putting in. No, they're decent balls. Most of them have been really good. But Porto have dealt with them pretty well, haven't they, so far? It's a throw though to Arsenal over on the far side. Arsenal 1, Porto 0, 1-1 on aggregate. Thrown into the box there. Kai Havertz trying to get here. So it's Martin Ødegaard. In fact, he's cleared away again. It's going to be another throw to Arsenal. Arsenal trying to do things a lot quicker now. Can't get the ball back quickly enough, actually. But anyway, Ben White is going to take this throw. It's in line with the Porto penalty over on that far side. Can Arsenal find the second goal? Goes back again to William Saliba. Dinks the ball up that far side. It's a decent ball. Ben White gets it under control. Tries to thread it into the path of Martin Ødegaard. Again, it's defended well by Porto. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal, which Ben White's going to take again. We've maybe gained about 5 yards further up the pitch, which isn't a lot, is it? But we're still in possession in the attacking third, which is where we need the ball to be. But we need to find a goal from somewhere. As you remember last year we went out the Europa League at this stage on penalties, didn't we? At the Emirates after a draw in the second leg. That was 1-1. We'd drawn 2-2 away And this ties that 1-1. Anyway, it's a throw to Arsenal again. We've gained another 5 yards over on that far side. Ben White's going to take this throw as well. So we're moving up the pitch territorially, but it's not rugby, is it, where that kind of thing's quite important. It might be field tilt, mightn't it? Whatever it is, whatever that means, maybe. Anyway, there's an offside against Arsenal. It's going to be a free kick to Porto. That linesman over on that far side's got quite funky hair. He looks like he should be in an 80s pop band, doesn't he? So we've got the referee who looks like Leandro Trossard. We've got a linesman over on the far side. Looks like he should be in an electro pop band from the 1980s. I haven't seen the linesman on this side yet. I'm not sure who he looks like. But anyway, very strange. He looks like a keyboard player, doesn't he, from like OMD or something like that from the 1980s. Anyway, the goal kick, or the free kick, sorry, by the goalkeeper goes long into the Arsenal half. Saliba wins that header, finds Bukayo Saka. Was he fouled? Referee says no. Porto now can pick up possession. This is where they're dangerous. Always almost a good ball as well. Well cut out by Ben White it was. And now there is a free kick to Arsenal over on that far side. It was Ivan Ilson again with a foul on Jorginho, who's been fouled quite a lot in this game, hasn't he, Jorginho? And he's almost saying to the referee, come on, ref, give me some help here. Anyway, 61 minutes played. Those Porto fans desperate to see their team score tonight, which will probably put them through. Well, it would as things stand, of course. Still a long way to go yet, though. And Arsenal having a slightly better spell, but Porto in possession now on this near side. This is nice play, actually. Really nice play from Porto. Nice quick passing on this near side. But Arsenal back in shape behind the ball. Pepe then plays it into midfield. Now switch over to that far side. And they go back again. It's going to go back to the goalkeeper, Costa. He plays out this near side. It's not a bad ball, actually. And there's a foul there by Kai Havertz. And it's going to be a free kick to Porto. 62 minutes played. They've taken it quickly, Porto. And now they've got a little bit of space here. Well, it wasn't the greatest ball, actually. Was that a foul by Jacob Kiwior? The referee's given it on the edge of the penalty area. Jacob Kiwior says he didn't. It was Galeno, it was, who was fouled, or said he was fouled. Oh, he was a foul, yeah. The Brazilian just got there ahead of Jacob Kiwior. And it is a free kick just on the edge of the penalty area to Porto. This could be a big moment in this game, couldn't it? Gabriel T says 89% in favour for Arsenal. Well, I don't think it is. I think it's really in the balance, this game. And Porto have got a free kick here. And this could be a dangerous moment. It's only about 4 yards outside the penalty area. Just slightly over on this near side. And it's going to be Consal with this free kick, you think. The little winger who was so good in that first game. He's had a bit of a quieter night tonight. He's had one or two bright moments, but he's been nowhere near as good as he was in the first leg. But he's got an opportunity here. I mean, it's a shooting distance, definitely. But is he going to try a shot or is he going to put a ball in? He looks like he's lining up a shot here. Arsenal have got 3 men in the wall. It's not the tallest wall, though, is it? You do feel as though this could be a moment here. Or Porto got to take it and then don't. And it is a shot, and it's wildly over the top there from Koshenko, and it is gone behind. It's a goal kick to Arsenal, which they've taken quickly, actually. And the long ball over that far side. Bukayo Saka's off after this. Is he going to keep it in? He does keep it in. Cuts infield. This is nice play. Martin Odegaard now plays it back to Saka, but Porto defence has done well against Saka tonight. Nick Neck says the exchange has Arsenal with about 69% chance. It's nowhere near that, is it? Still seems on the high side indeed. Terry says, need to cut these silly fouls out in the divide box. Well, yeah, that was the first one, really, wasn't it? But yeah, we can't keep doing stuff like that. I mean, that wasn't a great free kick, but they do have quality, don't they? And if we gave away one or two more, it could lead us to trouble. Anyway, trying to come forward again over on that far side. They've got some really skillful players, Porto, haven't they? Technically, they're really, really good. They've got great first touch. They've got some tricks and some skills, and they've just won the ball back high up the pitch. And surely that's a foul. They're going to play on, though, and what's the referee going to do? He played the advantage, actually, there. It was a good advantage by the referee because Porto had the ball. It did look as though it was a foul. But anyway, it didn't come to nothing for Porto. Now Arsenal can break up this near side with Trossard. Maybe this is going to be the key moment. 64.5 minutes played. Trossard's cross. Not a great ball, actually. Cleared away quite easily there. Well, Jacob Kiwior wins that header. Nick Nack says advantage play, could have pulled it back. Yeah, he could have pulled it back. Yeah, I thought he could have done because it wasn't really much of an advantage, was it? It was initially, but then the ball played through was cut out. So yeah, he could have pulled it back, but he didn't, which was good. Nick Nack says, yeah, the ref has let the game flow on the whole. He has, yeah. Only blowing up for proper fouls. Yeah, he's been a good referee, hasn't he? He has been a good referee tonight. And much better than the referees we suffer in the Premier League every week. But that's not a surprise, is it? Because let's be honest, most of them are terrible, aren't they? Gabriel says, well, it's been quite an offensive game. It has, yeah, it's been a good game. It's been a really good game. It's been fascinating to watch two teams with a different approach, maybe a different style, but it has been really exciting to watch, and it's still very much in the balance, isn't it? And you wouldn't really pick a winner anyway. Saka thought he'd got clear there, but the referee's given a foul against Saka, who's not very happy with that, is he? But there you go. Nick Nack says better game than in the first leg. Yeah, I mean, I thought the first leg was a decent game. It was good to watch. I mean, Arsenal didn't play particularly well, but you did feel it was a good game. We've got Neil with us. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying the game. Ty says, I will swap Odegaard to the near side so we can combine with Trossard. Yeah, I mean, it worked well in the first half, didn't it? Nick Nack says the first legs are always cagey. Yeah, they are a bit cagey. Yeah, it was. Neil says, hope you're all well. Popping in to say hi. Now, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the game. Very tense, isn't it? It's very, very tense. And it could go either way. Absolutely could. Both teams have had, I mean, Porto probably had, I would say, maybe more territorial advantage in the second half, certainly in terms of the attacking end of the pitch. But I don't think we've had a shot on target, have we, in the second half? We might do now. Kai Havertz is trying to get in behind. Good defending there, though, by Pepe. Oh, it's not a great ball. It's a loose ball. It's a score. We've scored. Martin Odegaard puts it in. It was a mistake at the back from Pepe. And Martin Odegaard profits from it. It was a bit similar in many ways to the goal we scored. In fact, I think the referee's disallowed it. Not quite sure why he's disallowed it. Is VAR getting involved here? Is it a foul? Anyway, let's have a look at this again because I'm not sure what he disallowed it for. There's a ball played forward there, and Pepe's come across. Havertz there. Oh, I don't know. It's a coming together there. I mean, he did pull his shirt there. He has pulled his shirt, Havertz. He's made the most of it, Pepe. He pulled his shirt, and then Odegaard's put the ball in the net. He has pulled his shirt. Look there. He's got hold of his shirt. He's pulled him round. I mean, has that made any difference to the goal? The yellow card's out by the referee. Looks like it's going to be for Mikel Arteta, potentially. It is. Mikel Arteta gets a yellow card. And see, the referee, he's not taking no nonsense, is he, to be fair? Arteta's reaction there. So we still don't know if it's a goal or not. And Arteta there's making a thing there's a referee should look at the screen, and the referee didn't like that, so he's booked him. Nick Nack says that Havertz is holding his shirt. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is holding his shirt, and it was disallowed. It has been disallowed. Neil says it made, but that made no. Well, I mean, if you grab someone's shirt and pull them over, it kind of makes a difference to whether they could have blocked the shot, I suppose. But anyway, soft, yes, very soft. But he did have hold of his shirt. He didn't need to either, did he? Because the mistake had already been made. Just a little bit too keen, Havertz there, wasn't he? But the goal is disallowed. It remains 1-0. Gabriel says, I thought Pepe was the one who ran into the keeper. No, he was. But Gabriel pulled him back, didn't he? Havertz pulled him back. Anyway, there you go. Terry says there's 65 million down the drain when it was there, wasn't it? Nick Nack says Arteta isn't a ref. He isn't, no. He likes to think he is sometimes. But anyway, Neil says, hope you're well, Terry. Enjoying Kai tonight. He's not done that much, has he, really? Anyway, second half on that far side. Good defending again from Porto. And is that disallowed goal going to be the moment that changes this game? Porto now on a counter-attack. It's a 3-on-3 here. Arsenal very stretched, very open. Cancelo goes alone. Good save by the keeper, Raya. And then it was good defending in front of him as well by Jacob Kiwior. In fact, I think it was an offside anyway. the rebound wouldn't have counted. And that was almost a goal there for Porto, which could have potentially sent them through. It was good play there, good run again from the little winger, cutting in field. He was offside. I mean, the goal would have counted, but the rebound wouldn't. And in the end, it came to nothing. But Porto now coming forward again. They've had a kind of a revitalised spring to life, haven't they, Porto? Neil says a very tense game. It is a very tense game. It could go either way, this. And I've got a feeling I won't be surprised if it's extra time. We're into the last 20 minutes. Nick Nack says time to start thinking about subs. Potentially, yes. But it's difficult, though, isn't it? Do we make a sub to try and win the game, which could cost us at the other end if you make an attacking change? You don't really want to make a defensive change when we still need to score. It's a tough one, isn't it? It is a tough one. We've got some attacking talent on the bench, haven't we? Jesus. We've got Smith Rowe, of course, Nelson. Eddie's on the bench as well, but I said attacking talent, which is why I didn't mention him initially. Anyway, that ball played forward from Porto. Good defensive header, though, from Ben White. The loose ball bobbling around a little bit in midfield. And then it's a free kick to Porto, given against Jorginho, I think it was. The referee didn't like the reaction there from somebody. Anyway, it is a free. He's done well, the ref, actually. I've liked this referee. He's done well. I've enjoyed his performance tonight. Terry says there, good to hear. But Neil, if Neil says to Terry there, Gabriel says, stop playing with us. How did they not score? Yeah, I mean, it was a good save. It was a good save. And Porto nearly went in front on aggregate again. Nick Nack says no Premier League game this weekend at least. No, there isn't. No, we haven't got a game for 2 weeks, have we? Because there's an international break, and then why aren't we playing this weekend? Was there any reason why? Is it the FA Cup or something? I just know we haven't got a game, have we? The referee's got the yellow card in his hand, and he's shown it. Is it Pepe that's been booked? The Porto captain there. I mean, it was just a 50-50 jump for the ball there with Kai Havertz, wasn't it? I don't quite know what he was booked for. But anyway, Pepe's been booked. And he doesn't look very happy. He never looks very happy, though, does he, Pepe? He's got that look about him, hasn't he? But I'll say, what a fantastic player he is. Nick Nack says, yes, FA Cup. So we could have been in that, couldn't we? Instead, we'll be sitting with our feet up. Well, I won't. I'll be going running. Anyway, Neil says FA Cup Chelsea game. That's right. Yeah, we did play Chelsea, wasn't we? That's right. Yes, of course. And of course, it's international break, and then it's the Man City game, of course. Nick Nack says only 4 league games being played. Yeah, that's right, because of the FA Cup. Anyway, I also got a free kick on his near side. Trossard gets the ball from Martin Odegaard, puts a cross in. It's a decent cross. Header comes in just wide, though. It was William Saliba with the header. Couldn't direct it on target. Got up well, didn't he? The big Frenchman, but he couldn't direct it back in towards the goal. And it's a goal kick to Porto. He comes up to the last 15 minutes. Looking like extra time is maybe on the cards. Nick Nack says a rest won't do them any harm, especially with the international break coming up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It won't do any harm at all. But anyway, let's see what happens here. We need to win this game first. So we've got a quarter-final of the Champions League to look forward to. Gabriel battling away for the ball. It's got very physical and feisty out there, hasn't it? Pepe again showing his absolute experience there. Look at that. Just he's such a great player, isn't he, Pepe? And he's sort of player you hate playing against, but you love him on your team. And Arsenal got an injury now. It is that William Saliba that's gone down? It's Gabriel, sorry. And that would be a worry, wouldn't it? He just battling away for the ball there, Gabriel, wasn't he? Worked really hard, and then it was a bit of a physical challenge on him, wasn't it? And he's now gone down. We don't really want him to be injured, do we? Anyway, Nick Nack says this is what knockout football is all about. Absolutely, yeah, it's exactly what knockout football is all about. It's end-to-end stuff, isn't it? Both teams looking to try and get the goal that would send them through. You do feel now one goal is going to be enough for either team, don't you? You do feel it will be. And is it going to be Arsenal that get it? We shall find out very shortly. We are coming up towards the 75th minute. The second half's been a little bit stoppy-starty, hasn't it? And there's going to be some stoppage time, you feel. And it is a drop ball, which the referee just going to give straight back to Porto's goalkeeper, Diogo Costa. And we have hit the 75-minute mark in this game. And Porto trying to come forward up this near side, but it's gone behind. It was Evan Ilson there. Neither team have made any substitutions yet, which is quite interesting, isn't it? 75 minutes in, neither manager's going to show their hand quite yet as we move into the closing stages of this second leg. All still to play for. Neil says, yeah, so evenly matched, as you said, this could go either way. Yeah, it could do. And I don't think there's been anything to choose between the teams right from the first leg, from the start. Nick Next says sometimes nobody wants to make the first move. Yeah, exactly. You're right. And I think that's maybe what it is a little bit. Neil says possession literally 50-50. Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising, is it? I don't think there's anything to choose between the sides in this. Someone's going to get knocked out tonight, whether it's us or them. And you almost feel as though it would be harsh on either team. Neither team really deserves to get knocked out, because I think both teams have been as good as each other over the two legs. And that's why we're stuck level at 1-1. But something's going to have to give at some stage, whether it's extra time, whether it's penalties. There will be a winner tonight and a loser, unfortunately, as well. And it's going to be one of these teams is going out of the Champions League. And at this moment in time, it is anybody's guess who that might be, because both teams are trying to win this game. It's good to see, isn't it? No one, Porto are sitting back and playing for extra time and penalties. And Arsenal certainly won't do that. Martin Odegaard now coming forward, dinks the ball up this near side. It was almost cut out, and then it was cut out a second attempt. And now again, Porto, when they get the ball, they're just rushing forward, aren't they? Anyway, they've got a little bit of space here on this near side. A little bit stretched Arsenal at the moment. That's a good ball towards the edge of the penalty area. And then surely that's a foul, is it? No, the referee says no. William Saliba there looked like he'd got a little bit too close there to the Porto player. And the ball's out over on that far side. Saka again has been dealt with pretty well by that fullback, who's had a good game, you have to say. Number 18 for Porto's had a really good game. And he's done well there as well. But was that a foul by William Saliba? He's got his hands on him, hasn't he? I mean, I would say it probably was a foul, actually. But anyway, not to worry. Gabriel says there they should sub Jesus on. Greg says they're probably waiting for extra time. Yeah, I think he's just booked the other manager as well, the referee. He's booked the Porto manager for his reaction to that free kick. Nick Neck says perhaps their style is suited to the way Arsenal play. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, let's see what happens. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal over on that far side. And Jorginho has been fouled again. He must have been fouled more than anyone else in this game, Jorginho. And it was Mr. Wendell with the foul. In fact, Mr. Wendell's number 18, isn't he? It is Mr. Wendell, yeah. He's played well, him, actually. He has played well. Anyway, Porto now have another chance for a counter-attack. This game is so open, it's ridiculous. And that's a foul there inside the centre circle by Jorginho. And this time it was him that gave away the foul. He's been fouled himself quite a few times, hasn't he? But that time it was him on the other Pepe. And it was a foul, there's no doubt about that. Stopped that counter-attack, though, didn't it? Dead in its tracks. And we come up towards the last 10 minutes at the Emirates here. It's very tight. It's very tense. And who would pick a winner from these two teams at this moment in time? It's very difficult, isn't it, to pick a winner here. Anyway, it's a free kick to Porto inside the centre circle. They don't go long. Instead, they play it short. It's the other little Pepe. And then they go backwards. Porto. It's going to go back to the goalkeeper, Diogo Costa. Just outside his penalty. He's going to go long through the centre. That's a good ball. That's up this near side. A little bit of space here. Can Porto get the goal here? No, they can't, because that's a terrible cross. He kind of ran out of legs there, didn't he? João Mario looked a little bit frustrated there. Neil says this is turning into an old school football cup tie battle. It is, yeah. It's a proper cup tie, this, isn't it? And this is what the Champions League should be about. Quite often the two-legged ties don't work like that, do they? But this one certainly has. And it's all to play for still. And there's tackles going in. There's all kinds of stuff going on. There's another free kick here. And Sesko it was, gave away that free kick. Nick Nack says there, danger now is conceding, you're out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you probably are out if you concede now. Greg says, yeah, typical Arsenal cup match making you sweat to the end. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we never do things the easy way, do we? But who wants to do it the easy way? Easy way is boring, isn't it? It's better to be like this, isn't it? A little bit tense, a little bit nervy. It's what we like. It's what we're used to over these years. We've had a lot of years of this, haven't we? And it never gets any different, does it? It never gets any easier. Anyway, Porto now should deal with this. It's gone headed back to the goalkeeper. Gabriel says, at least Porto didn't park the bus this time, to be fair. Rather watch something like this than a boring game. Absolutely, yeah, no, it's been a good game, absolutely. Neil says, okay, Pete, we'll catch you all later. Take care. I hope we get the win. Indeed, my friend. Take it easy. Good to see you popping in. And we'll speak very soon, I'm sure. But maybe we need to get a show on the go, don't we? In the next week or so. I'm sure we can find something to talk about, as usually the case. Lots going on at the minute, of course, in the world of Arsenal. And there might be a bit more to talk about if this game goes our way. Anyway, Kai Havertz has just been fouled inside the centre circle. And we are going to be making some changes now. Gabriel Jesus is coming on. And he had to be reminded to take his green top off there by Thomas Partey sitting next to him. He was starting to put his Arsenal top on, his football shirt on, and he still had his green warm-up top on. So Thomas Partey had to remind him to take it off. So Mikel Arteta is going to throw on Gabriel Jesus for these last 8.5 minutes of normal time to try and win this before the need for extra time. Gabriel just heads that ball away. Another solid game from him at the back, the Brazilian. And now Gabriel Jesus is ready. He has got rid of his green top. And he's just getting some final instructions from Mikel Arteta before he comes on. And let's see whether or not he's going to be the match winner for Arsenal to send us through to the quarterfinals. It's been a long, long time since we have been that deep into the Champions League. Are we going to find the goal now? As we said before, you do feel like a goal. Anyway, it's going to be Jorginho to go off. So an attacking change there. Jorginho's had a decent game again. What a good signing he's proved to be. And it is Gabriel Jesus who's coming on for these last 8 minutes of normal time plus stoppage time and potentially extra time if we don't see a goal. Or can Jesus win it for us? So an attacking change from Arsenal is Mikel Arteta has thrown his hat into the ring, hasn't he? And shown what he wants to try and win this game. Anyway, Arsenal just won the ball back again. Martin Odegaard dinks it over the top of that far side to Bukayo Saka. Is this going to be the moment? Martin Odegaard again tries to dig it out of his feet, goes past one challenge, runs into a second one. Oh, the ball's falling here for Jesus, his first touch. Oh, he's put it wide. Or was it saved by the goalkeeper there? Wow, I thought that was going to be the moment for Jesus. It fell to him inside the box. He got there, almost slotted it through the keeper's legs. That's a good save, actually, by the goalkeeper. And that's only our third shot on target in this entire game, in this entire 2 legs, actually. And it almost brought the winning goal, but it's a corner instead to Arsenal, which Saka's going to take over on that far side in towards the near post, headed out by Porto. In fact, the referee's given a free kick. Terry says there, why does Jesus always look like he's going to cry? He does, doesn't he? I don't know. He does always, when he's crying there because he couldn't quite finish that off, could he? He did well actually there though, Jesus, and it's a good save, a really good save there by the goalkeeper, because had he not got anything on that, that's a goal and Arsenal are through. He did well. He's not had the greatest night, has he, overall? Gabriel says, interesting to see Jorginho coming off. Yes, it was, but it's an attacking change, isn't it? So Arteta's trying to win it, and I like that. If you take risks, sometimes it pays off, and it might pay off here. Martin Odegaard finds Saka over on that far side. Saka tries a shot. Good save again by the keeper. The rebound is put wide by Martin Odegaard. And Arsenal pressing for the late winner. There's 6 minutes left of normal time. And that was a big moment there for Arsenal. Saka it was with a shot. The goalkeeper wasn't really convincing there, was he? He made a good save a minute ago. I mean, he kept it out, but he could have maybe caught that. And instead, he pushed it out straight to Martin Odegaard. Really should be popping it into the net, shouldn't he? Instead, he's put it wide. And he's missed a big chance. He has missed a big chance, Martin Odegaard. And now Porto making their first change of the match. As we move to the last 5 minutes, João Mario's going off and Jorge Sanchez is coming on. He looks like a character from American Pie, doesn't he? Anyway, he's coming on, Jorge Sanchez. And that is the first change for Porto. So they're going to try and win this game. We've only got 5 minutes left and then there'll be extra time. And we could be here for quite a long while yet. Anyway, that's a long ball played forward. Headed out there by William Saliba. Barcelona's got a third goal, Lewandowski, and they are pretty much gone through now. They'll be in the quarterfinals, Barcelona. Will we be joining them? Or will it be Porto? Porto coming forward now. They certainly haven't given this up, but that's a poor ball. And Arsenal now looking to try to get the goal that would send us through deep into the last 5 minutes. Trossard, it's his goal. Seems a long while ago now, doesn't it, when Trossard scored. And a great goal it was, but it's still not been enough. Now Arsenal coming forward again. Saka over on that far side. A lot of red shirts making their way forward. Ben White on the overlap. Instead, he goes inside to Martin Odegaard, threads it through. Oh, it got a deflection there. It is a corner, though, to Arsenal. We're into the last 4 minutes here at the Emirates. 4 minutes. It is still Arsenal 1, Porto 0, 1-1 on aggregate. Are we going to get some late drama one way or the other? I think we are. Nick Nack says a massive goal from Trossard. If he doesn't score, Arsenal would be out. Indeed, absolutely, we would be out. But as it stands, we're still not through. And we've got another corner, though. It's going to be Saka with it. We've got players right over on that far post. Is this new look corner routine finally going to pay off? Saka drills it into the near post. It isn't, because it goes straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. And Porto will look for a counter-attack. They think they can still win this game. That's a good ball, actually. And little Pepe there gets clear of Declan Rice, but it is going to be a throw to Porto. They are attacking the end where their fans are gathered. And they're making another sub now, Porto. And it's going to be number 9 who's coming on. You imagine must be a striker wearing number 9. I know sometimes they have some strange kits, don't they? Some of the European teams' shirt numbers, but maybe Porto are going for it as well as we head towards extra time. Are we going to get some late drama here? It's Van Ilsen's going off. He's had a good game, actually, hasn't he? And it is Tarami's coming on. Taremi for Porto. And it's a forward change for them. And we are counting down towards extra time here. It is a throw to Porto. A goal now for either team, you do feel, and that's all over. It's the whole of their European campaign is resting in these next couple of minutes here. This throw comes in towards the near post. It's flicked on. Arsenal do manage to get it out, though. Saka looks to bring it away, and then he's fouled. And it will be a free kick to Porto. Nick Nack says, what's Raya like at saving penalties? I'm not sure, but he's bound to be better than Ramsdale, isn't he? He never saved one, did he? Anyway, maybe we won't need penalties. We've still got extra time first, don't forget. So we've still got time for somebody to win it in extra time before we get to penalties. We did go out on penalties, of course, last year, didn't we, at this stage of the Europa League? Anyway, we are a couple of minutes away from actually winning a home leg, even though it's not going to send us through as things stand. And we will need extra time. There's a bit of a head tennis going on. And then Gabriel steps in. In fact, it's a foul by Gabriel. And it's a free kick to Porto. We're into the last minute of the 90. Are we going to see some drama? Greg says, now's the time to push it. Well, we've just got to be careful we don't concede. It's all very well wanting to try and win it as well, which obviously would be great. But I think the important thing now is that we don't lose it. Nick says, how much injury time? 7 minutes. There's going to be quite a bit. There is going to be quite a bit. Oh, yeah, maybe 7's not a bad guess, actually. There's a Porto fan who, without his shirt on, thinks he's a Geordie. Sorry, mate, you're not. So don't even try and pretend to be. It's not that bloody warm, I'm sure, in London. Anyway, Porto's trying to come forward, but that ball's going to run through to David Raya. We're about to find out what the stoppage time is. I'm going to go 8 minutes. There's been a lot of stoppy-starty bits and pieces in this second half. substitutions. I'm going to go 8 minutes. But let's see. We're about to find out how much time there is for somebody to try and win this before the need for extra time. We shall see. Anyway, over on that far side, Bukayo Saka plays that line. This is good from Arsenal. Havertz touches it off to Martin Ødegaard. Twists and turns the Arsenal captain. And he goes past a couple of players, plays it forward to Saka. It's going to be the moment. Saka, he tried to pull it back. Wasn't a great pullback, but Arsenal do win at the corner instead. It's going to be only 3 minutes. There's only going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time. Wow, incredible. There seems to have been loads of stoppages in the second half, but only 3 minutes given. And, wow, Arsenal have got a corner. Martin Ødegaard's taking this one. Slightly different routine, maybe. Are we going to get some late drama, or are we going to get extra time? This corner comes in towards the near post, headed out again by Porto. They've defended these corners well, haven't they? Saka finds Ødegaard again. Now Saka can line up a cross. He does whip in a decent cross. No, it's not a decent cross. It's overhit. It's gone behind for a goal kick. It hasn't really been Saka's night, has it? Nick Nack says only 3 weird. Yeah, no, it's really weird. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was going to be a lot more than that. I know the Champions League tends to be different to the Premier League, but I thought there'd be quite a bit because there seems to have been a lot of stoppages, doesn't there, in the second half? Anyway, 3 minutes it is, and we've played a minute and nearly a minute and a half of that already. So it is looking very, very much like we will be going into extra time here in the Champions League, as we did, of course, at this stage of the Europa League last season, didn't we, against another Portuguese team. But maybe Arsenal can win it now. Oh, that was a poor touch from Kai Havertz. And Porto clear it away. And now Porto have got a throw. Is there still going to be some late drama? And maybe we won't need extra time. If someone's going to get a goal, they're going to have to do it quickly because time is running out, and Arsenal won the ball again. Now Martin Ødegaard's got a little bit of space, and we're coming forward now. Martin Ødegaard again. We've played nearly 2 of the 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's now or never, isn't it? If one team is going to try and go through without the need for extra time. Declan Rice now with the ball at his feet. Now it's with Saliba. Ben White plays up to Bukayo Saka. Will Arsenal get one more chance? If we're going to, it's going to have to be here from this attack. Declan Rice now plays it square to Jacob Kiwior. Touches it off to Gabriel Arsenal. Just look as though we want to maybe keep the ball and try and get to extra time. Anyways, Declan Rice plays out to that far side. Ben White finds Bukayo Saka. Twists and turns away there from Mr. Wendell, but the referee says play on. And now Martin Ødegaard turns away, plays the ball into the box, gets it back. Martin Ødegaard, can he get the shot away? No, he can't, because there was too many Porto defenders around. And you do feel as though that was maybe the chance there to win it for Arsenal. Good defending there again by Jacob Kiwior. Plays the ball back to goalkeeper David Raya. And Terry says, to be fair, Porto have defended corners well tonight. They have. We have played the 3 minutes of stoppage time. There's a Porto player down injured. And Martin Ødegaard's gone down as well. And he tried to turn away there inside the penalty area to get a shot away, but he wasn't able to. And it was Pepe there right behind him. And the ball ran away. And Porto managed to clear it away. And it looks like extra time. Nick Nack says they're looking at the Portuguese table. Porto don't score or concede many goals. You can see why, can't you? They're very compact, aren't they? Anyway, we've played nearly a minute extra of stoppage time. It's just inevitable now that we're going to be getting another half an hour. The two managers are getting prepared for that as well. And you do feel as though that is what's coming. There's an injury here to one of the Porto players. Looks like maybe a cramp. And they might as well just get him off the pitch and just get extra time on the way, really, mightn't they? Because we've played the 4 minutes now of stoppage time. We thought there was going to be more, didn't we, than the 3 in the first place. And there has been now. But you do feel as though as soon as the game restarts, the referee is going to blow his whistle and we will be having an extra half an hour here at the Emirates. Nick Nack says 25% of injury time was injury time, but only 6. Yeah, he's still injured, this Porto player. 25% of the second half. Well, yeah. Anyway, he's going to be stretched off now. So we're going to have some more stoppage time. And well, they're bringing a stretcher on for him. Not sure if he's going to need it now, but anyway, we shall see. Quite often, a player who's not really injured, they take the stretcher, and they're suddenly not injured anymore, are they? And they get up and think, "Oh, I'm actually all right." But anyway, he's going on the stretcher. He's not going to be all right. He is going to have to go off. And or is he? There he is. He's been helped onto the stretcher, and his night is ended slightly early, although he's lasted the full 90 plus 5 minutes of stoppage time. But of course, it looks like it could be a little bit of a more serious injury than we thought. He's being stretchered off, and Porto are going to have to make another change. Although they might as well wait until the start of extra time, because as soon as the game restarts, the referee is going to blow his whistle, and that will be the end of this second leg. And it's going to finish 1-0 to Arsenal, but 1-1 on aggregate. And he's been carried off there. And I'm sure Porto are going to have to make a substitution. They are, even though the referee's about to blow the full-time whistle, you feel. But anyway, Nick Nack says nearly 7 minutes of stoppage time of injury time already. Indeed, yeah, there has been now. And it is going to be another change for Porto. They're going to have to make this change, aren't they, due to the injury? And it is number 22 that got injured. He's going off. And it's number 8 that's coming on. So it's Grujic going. It was Varela that's got injured, and Grujic who's coming on. And Arsenal have got the ball with David Raya. And surely there's going to be no more time as soon as Raya kicks this. The referee does allow play to go on. The header comes in. It's Porto that win the second ball. And now they win the third ball as well. But they kind of come forward. This will be the last chart. Surely, is that offside on this near side? I don't think it is. The linesman's flag stayed down. Maybe Porto are going to get one last gasp chance to win it before extra time. They're inside the Arsenal penalty area. Cross comes in. It's inside the 6-yard box. Oh, Arsenal scramble it clear. And there goes the full-time whistle. Oh, is it? I'm not quite sure. What's happened here? Is it a full-time whistle? What's happened? Not really sure. Was it offside? Oh, I'm not sure if he was. It was very close, wasn't it? Anyway, the linesman didn't flag at first. I don't know whether VAR said it's offside. Anyway, it was almost a chance there for Porto. That dangerous cross in there, and Arsenal just about scrambled it away. And there goes the full-time whistle now. We are going to have extra time, and we're going to be here for quite a long while, you think. But anyway, Gabriel says there, didn't Raya save a penalty against West Ham? Did he? I can't remember now. He might have done. Anyway, we shall see. There is going to be extra time at the Emirates. Exciting stuff, isn't it? It's finished here at 90 minutes. Arsenal 1, Porto 0. Trossard's goal just before half-time has made it 1-1 on aggregate. We have got extra time. We are here for the duration. So stay with us, and we'll be back again very, very shortly as we prepare for another half an hour. So here we go, then extra time at the Emirates. Arsenal versus Porto for a place in a quarter-final of the Champions League. Greg says, oh, another late night. Don't they know we've got work tomorrow? Exactly, yeah. Obviously, they don't, do they? Quite clearly. Ty says, yeah, we need that midfield to hold up. We do. Nick Neck says, they're nail-biting, gripping. Indeed, it is. Nick that says, fair play to Porto. No, Porto have been decent. Yeah, they have. Gabriel says, yeah, changed my mind. Fabio will be able to score at his former club and send us through. Oh, there you go. Terry says, good shout. We shall see. We're just about to get underway. It's going to be Arsenal to kick off the start of extra time. We've gone switched back round to was in the first half. So Arsenal are taking a goal to our right, which is at the clock end. And we're just about to get going. There's some kerfuffle on this near touchline. Not quite sure what that's about. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the fourth official. Something's happening down on this near side. Not quite sure what's going on here. And that's delayed it. But we have got ourselves off and underway anyway in the second half. Arsenal kick off. It goes back to David Raya, who goes long up this near side. Kai Havertz wins the header, but Porto win the second ball. And now they clear it away. And we are going to have some drama tonight, one way or the other. We've got extra time. And are we going to see a penalty shootout? You have to say, you wouldn't be surprised, would you? Because there's been so little to choose between these sides. Even tonight, I think Porto have come and had a go. And you have to say fair play to them. They haven't sat back and defended. They haven't tried to waste time. They've got on with it. They've tried to play their football. They've played some nice football at times. They've had one or two bright moments. David Raya had to make a save or two as well. And it is going to be a shame that someone has to get knocked out, really, isn't it? Because both these two teams have contributed to what's been a really good night, a good game of football. Saka now on his near side. Plays the ball through. It's a good ball inside the penalty area. Gabriel Jesus has gone around the outside, pulls it back, and Porto scramble it clear. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Ben White with it. Finds William Saliba, gets it back again. Ben White. Arsenal started extra time strongly. Of course, 2 halves of 15. Ben White again. Can he keep this in? No, he can't. It's going to be a throw to Porto. And Greg says, if it hits a pigeon and goes in, I'd be happy. Well, maybe, yeah, the pigeon might get the winner. I don't think that's ever happened before, is it? A beach ball got a winner once, didn't it? Do you remember that game? It was at Liverpool, wasn't it? When there was a beach ball against Sunderland. That was a strange winning goal, wasn't it? Wonder if there'll be a strange winning goal tonight, if there'll be a winning goal at all. Anyway, Porto defending well. And Gabriel Jesus flying into a tackle there, actually. And it's certainly feisty, this game's been, hasn't it? Competitive. And it's a goal kick to Porto. And we've played 2 minutes of the first period of extra time. And there's another injury to a Porto player. They've had a few injuries tonight, haven't they? They've battled through. And here's a goal kick, which Costa's going to take. He made a couple of decent saves as well, didn't he? The goal kick, a bit unconventional at times. Anyway, Porto now coming forward themselves. But that wasn't a great ball, actually. They've lost possession. Although they did manage to win it back. Good play there, actually. It looked like Porto had lost the ball. But they've won it back. And it remains 1-0. Anyway, Arsenal fans singing the Allez Allez song. Trying to inspire the team through this difficult extra time period. There'll be some tired legs out there. Luckily for us, we haven't got a game, as we've said, for like nearly 2 weeks. So we're okay. We don't need to worry too much, do we? How tired we might be. We can just put the effort in and do everything that we can to get through. I don't know whether Porto are playing this weekend. I'm guessing they probably are. So it's not ideal for them, is it? Whereas we're okay, really, with a couple of weeks off. Anyway, Saka trying to get clear. And then the referee's blown his whistle. He's given Arsenal the free kick. And Gabriel Jesus trying to get involved with Otavio, who's a fiery character, isn't he? And he looked like Jesus had maybe fouled him, and then Otavio fouled Saka. And Arsenal have got a free kick. Is this the moment to get ourselves in front? Bearing in mind, there's no away goals. So it just comes down to whoever scores in extra time is probably going to win, aren't they? And go through. But we shall see what happens. It's a free kick, though, to Arsenal. Martin Odegaard's going to take this. He's going to whip it into that penalty area. Arsenal have got some bodies in there. Kirill, Gabriel, William Saliba. We've got some height in there as well. Can Martin Odegaard produce the delivery to find an Arsenal head and win the game? It's not sudden death extra time, but you do feel a goal will be enough. Martin Odegaard with a free kick. Again, Porto have dealt with most things into their box. Saka trying to become active in that bit of play there. Couldn't quite get on the ball. It's a throw again to Arsenal. William Saliba plays it square to Declan Rice inside the centre circle. Now it's William Saliba again. Gives it back to Declan Rice. Arsenal started extra time well. We've played 5 minutes. You do feel as though there's going to be some more drama yet in this game before we get to the real drama of penalties. Martin Odegaard now just touches it off to Declan Rice again. Striding forward, just touches it off though to Jacob Kirill. He's had a good game in the pole again, hasn't he? Finds Gabriel. Now it's with William Saliba. The game's a little bit slightly more slower pace now, isn't it, in extra time? Probably not surprising either. Every single player on that pitch for both teams has given everything in this game. They really have given absolutely everything. And it looks as though we're going to go to the wire. You know, it's Saliba's ball up this near side, looking for Ben White, flicks it on, finds Bukayo Saka. But Porto do clear it away, but not for long. It's a throw to Arsenal. Ben White's going to take it. That is 2 balls on the pitch. Ben White is going to take this throw, looking for a little bit of movement ahead of him. Not really finding too much. Now he does. It's a nice take there from Martin Odegaard. It's a corner to Arsenal. And are Arsenal going to find a breakthrough? So far, our corners have not been great. And Porto have defended them pretty well, pretty comfortably. But it only takes one moment, doesn't it? We've played 6.5 minutes of the first period of extra time. Coming up to the halfway point of this extra period. Are Arsenal going to find a breakthrough? Porto haven't really had an attack yet in extra time, have they? It's been all up this end of the pitch in front of that clock end. The corner comes into the near post again. Porto deal with it. They've won every single header, haven't they, from a corner? And now there's a counter attack there. And Porto claiming a foul. The referee's not having none of it. He's done well, this referee, tonight. You have to say, he's done really, really well. He's not fallen for any nonsense from anybody. You know, Arsenal coming forward again over on that far side. Really good run that is there from Gabriel Jesus, but he runs into trouble. And the trouble was actually Pepe. And Pepe solid and strong again. And it's going to be a goal kick to Porto. We've played 7.5 minutes. And Porto making 2 more substitutions. Remember, in extra time, you do get an extra sub, so you can actually use 6 in total when it's extra time. And it is going to be 2 more subs for Porto. And anyway, Arsenal win that header with William Saliba, but it's gone out of play. It's going to be a throw to Porto. And Mr. Wendell looks as though he might be finished. He looks like he's got cramp. And I think his game might be done. Ty says there, Porto's done their homework on our set pieces. Yeah, they've defended really well. They've defended well throughout the game, actually. In fact, they did in both legs. So, yes, they're a decent team. They are a decent team. Anyway, that's a long kick forward. William Saliba heads it on. And there's another free kick inside the centre circle there. And it was Grujic gave it away. And it's going to be another set piece to Arsenal. This is inside the centre circle. It was Kai Havertz who was fouled. Can't really have too many complaints there. Kenny Grujic, clearly a foul. Gabriel says, isn't Pepe old now? He's still good. He is. He's 40. I think he's 40 or 41, whatever he is. He's incredible, isn't he? I say he's going to play. He's going to play extra time as well, isn't he? He's not wanting to go off because he needs a rest. No, he's still up there. He's still battling away, fighting away for every single ball. And this is where his experience comes in. Anyway, Arsenal looking to take a quick throw. Ben White is going to take it. There's an option there with Kai Havertz. He's found Kai Havertz, gets it back again, flicks it round to Bukayo Saka. Can Saka get across in? Mr. Wendell again to come across there. He had cramp a minute ago, but he's fine now, isn't he? And he's done well there. Anyway, Arsenal have won the ball, but that's not a great ball from Declan Rice. It's going to run through to goalkeeper Costa. And we have played 9 minutes of extra time. 9.5 minutes, actually. So we're heading towards the half-time break here in extra time. Maybe Porto have decided they want penalties now. They're not really taking too many risks going forward, are they? Maybe they haven't got the legs left. They do look as though they've got a few players with cramp and stuff, Porto, but they're battling on. And they are coming forward now. That's a long ball forward. There was a mistake at the back by Jacob Kiwior. Suddenly Porto have got 4 players forward here. Up this near side. Are they going to get the goal here? Cut inside a shot, curled around, but it's gone wide. And that is Porto's first attack of extra time. It was a substitute there that had that shot. And now they're going to make the other 2 substitutions they've been waiting to make for the last few moments. Phil says we need some fresh legs on. We do. We do need some fresh legs on, but Arteta doesn't trust his players, does he? He doesn't trust his squad. The Porto manager does. He's making lots of changes, isn't he? Gabriel says, not the ball boy on crutches. No, not the ball boy on crutches. We don't want to bring him on. Anyway, Nico Gonzalez has gone off. And not sure who else is going off, but they've given everything Porto tonight. And it's Concescal's going off and Borges is coming on. So the manager's son, who had such a great game in that first leg, hasn't maybe had as much impact tonight, has gone off. He's obviously not a penalty taker, is he? Because you certainly don't take your penalty takers off in extra time, do you? Or those that may well want to would normally take a penalty. Anyway, we've still got 4 minutes left of this first half of extra time. And Porto suddenly are looking a little bit more lively again. They hadn't really attacked at all in extra time, but now they're coming forward again. Ball tried to thread the ball through, but William Saliba's there. Plays it back to David Raya. And Gabriel says there, Esther Quio is coming on. Terry says this game is made for ESR. It isn't, because the manager doesn't trust him. No game is made for ESR under this manager. Ty says only sub I can see is Zinchenko for Kiwior. Yeah, but we don't want to do that, do we? That's a risk defensively, isn't it? I personally wouldn't do that, and I'm not sure Arteta will. You just got to look, is anyone on the bench that's still on the bench that would potentially be a good penalty taker? That's what you've got to ask yourself, haven't you? I don't know. I can't remember who's taken out penalties in penalty shootouts before. Not sure. Anyway, the problem is, I think, when players are tired because they've played the whole game and all of extra time, that's when mistakes can be made, isn't it? And that's when you maybe don't score your penalty. Anyways, Kai Havertz is getting some treatment there. I don't know if he wound up the coach for Porto. He doesn't seem to take much winding up, does he? He's already been booked, of course, the Porto manager. In fact, he tried to control the ball and Kai Havertz kicked it away from him and then pushed him. Oh, Kai Havertz pushed him away. Oh, dear me. See, Kai Havertz says maybe lucky not to get a yellow card for that. In fact, the referee is speaking to him now. You can't go around pushing the other manager, mate. Whatever happens, really, can you? Anyway, the referee hasn't booked Kai Havertz. Again, the referee's doing well, isn't he? Using common sense. Unusual to see a referee using common sense, isn't it? Phil says this is flying by. It's flying by. We're nearly at half time already in extra time. Extra time always goes quick, doesn't it? Because there's so little of it. You very rarely get too many goals in extra time. It almost makes extra time pointless, doesn't it? In many ways, nothing usually ever changes in extra time, does it? Very rarely. You might as well just go straight to penalties most of the time. Anyway, Lucky says there, wow, they're making us work for this. But let's go, boys. Indeed, they are making us work, and we're making them work as well. It's such an even game, such an even tie. And yeah, someone's going to lose. It's going to be heartbreaking for them because they've given everything. Both teams have given everything tonight. And in that first leg, it's just going to come down to penalties, we feel. But there's still a minute to play in this first half of extra time. And Porto have got a throw on his near side. Kai Havertz has just had another bit of rough treatment as well. Terry there trying to figure out the penalty takers. Saka, Erdegaard, Rice, Jesus, White. Don't think I'd trust anyone else. Not sure I'd trust Ben White to take a penalty. Not really sure. Kirill was good at penalties, isn't he? Didn't he take one in that American tournament in the summer? Can't remember now. Anyway, not sure, but it's a goal kick. He does some good defending again there. Jaco Kirill over on that far side. Anyway, Zinchenko is coming on. So maybe that is going to be the sub that Ty said. Eddie Nketiah is coming on as well. So there we go. Eddie's going to win us the game in the second period of extra time. Eddie Nketiah is coming on and Zinchenko. So we've got someone who might score a winning goal. And we've also got someone who might concede a daft goal and let Porto win it. The two subs that's coming on. That seems to be where we are with all of this. And there's going to be 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of this first period of extra time. Gabriel says, Trossard, I think Trossard's going to go off anyway for Eddie Nketiah. That's what I think is going to happen. So I don't think Trossard will still be on the pitch for the penalties, personally. But we shall see. Anyway, Declan Rice. I'm sure Declan Rice will have a penalty, won't he? Pretty sure of it. We're thinking of penalties. There's still 15 minutes to play before we even get into penalties. But anyway, another Arsenal player's just gone down with a little bit of cramps. Declan Rice, actually. We certainly don't want Declan Rice to go off, do we? In the second period of extra time. I'll say he's one of our penalty takers. We don't want him to go off. Yeah, you'd imagine Erdegaard and Saka will be two of them. Obviously, they've taken penalties. Gabriel Jesus has scored penalties for us. So there's three straight away. It's just the other two. Yeah, maybe Declan Rice, you would think, would be one good option. Maybe Kai Havertz, he scored a penalty for us, hasn't he? Maybe that'll be your five. Anyway, it's half time. In extra time, we're going to probably make these changes now. The referee's having a word with Kai Havertz, probably about the incident over there. Well, can I just say, the referee has been brilliant tonight, actually. He may look like Leandro Trossard, but he has actually been brilliant. He's refereed this game really well. He's allowed play to flow, and he's not given silly bookings away. And, yeah, he's done really well. Anyway, the players are just getting some of them are getting a stretch. Declan Rice, in particular, looks as though he's struggling a little bit with cramp. He is getting a good stretch as we get ready for the start of the second half of extra time. Eddie Nketiah will be coming on. A few Porto players are also getting some stretching in as well. Everybody's just given absolutely everything, haven't they? It's Mr. Wendell, actually, there, who's had a great game for Porto. He is having a stretch as well. And everybody's got another 15 minutes to find some more energy from somewhere. Zinchenko's coming on as well. And Eddie Nketiah, not sure who's going off. We'd assume it's going to be Trossard and Kirill, you'd imagine, for this second period of extra time. But we shall see. Terry says, if Arteta gets 29 to take a pen and he misses, I will have a field day. You'll never hear the end of it. Well, yeah, we will never hear the end of it. But if he scores, maybe the winning penalty. How about that? So it looks like the substitutions have been made. Not quite sure who's gone off yet. Anyway, Arteta has just given some final words of encouragement to Saka before this second period of extra time. We are about to see whether or not Arsenal are going through to the quarterfinal of the Champions League. These next 15 minutes are going to let us know. Both managers have done their final bit. So Trossard is limping off with some cramp, and Eddie Nketiah is coming on. We assume that would be the change, and I'm guessing it would be Kirill to go off as Zinchenko, you would imagine. But let's see. Zinchenko is definitely on anyway. And we'd assume it's Kirill. It's not been confirmed yet, but looking at it, it is Kirill that's gone off. Zinchenko, who of course is a liability, as we know. It's going to be Porto to get this second half of extra time off and underway. We have got 15 minutes left here, and then it will be penalties. Terry says J20 was our other penalty taker. Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah. Is he gone off, has he? Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, he went off ages ago. So he can't take a penalty, can he? I don't like his penalties anyway because they give me a heart attack. because of the way he stopped and that. It is Kirill that's gone off. It has been confirmed. It looked like it was. So there are your two subs then for Arsenal in this second period of extra time. And are we going to find a goal, or is it going to penalties? That is the question. We are about to find out. Some drama still to come in this game, one way or the other. We're either going to get a dramatic goal in the second period of extra time, or we are going to get a penalty shootout. Either way, it is going to be exciting, isn't it? I'm sure, and tense. You know, it's a goal kick to Porto. The start of the second period goes long. Havertz tries to get underneath it. Arsenal are now attacking the north bank, and Gabriel Jesus does well, and he's won a free kick. As he hasn't. The referee said play on, and Porto do play on, trying to come forward themselves. Zinchenko plays the ball all the way back to David Raya. Nice control from the Arsenal goalkeeper. Oh, a little bit of a risky pass actually to Declan Rice, but Arsenal get away with it. Now we've got a little bit of space over on that far side. Ben White look for the run of Saka. He's found Saka now. Martin Odegaard slipped over actually, so Saka's going to have to go around a long way. And now it's back with William Saliba. Now Gabriel inside the centre circle finds William Saliba again, touches it off to Declan Rice, gets it back, and that's with Gabriel. Arsenal looking comfortable in possession at the start of this second period of extra time. Have we got a goal threat though? Zinchenko can't get that ball back off of Jesus, and now Porto pick up possession. Become a bit of a game of chess, hasn't it? You know, Porto now breaking forward. It's the other Pepe. What a great run this is. A little bit of space on this near side. Is the pass been overhit? No, it hasn't. It's been well kept in by the substitute. He's going to have fresh legs, isn't he? Wasn't a great cross though, was it? And Zinchenko cleared it away, and he gets the ball back off Jesus. Zinchenko, and he's conceded a corner. You see, this is why you don't bring Zinchenko on, because he's a liability. He's a defensive liability. And he's just conceded a corner there when he didn't need to. He could have just got rid of that ball, played it up the pitch. Instead, he tried to shield it. It's bounced off him, and it is a corner. The Porto fans behind that goal they're attacking are getting quite excited. The Arsenal fans looking rather more tense. And it is a corner on this near side to Porto, which Mr. Wendell's going to take. The Brazilian, who's had a very, very good game. What's his corner delivery like? It's not bad to the far post, but David Raya comes and gets that. That's great handling there from the Arsenal goalkeeper. Safe hands indeed. And now he's tried to kick it quickly up the pitch, looking for Kai Havertz, who's won the flick on, but there's nobody there. Ty says, I'm really nervous now. You're not the only one. Gabriel says, yeah, we need a goal, so it makes sense for him to come on. Well, no, yeah, but it doesn't make sense for him to come on because they're going to score a goal now. They're coming forward. Porto over on that far side. William Saliba's across. Oh, and then he slips over the substitute there. Oh, he isn't a substitute. It's the guy that scored the winner in the first leg. Slips over there over on that far side. Gabriel says, I like he's defensively bad, but a good part. You know, I mean, that's true, but the fact he's defensively bad when you're in extra time. Terry says 35 has to go in May. Absolutely. He's just a liability, isn't he? He's just an absolute liability. I don't know why people rate him. He's not a left back, is he? Not in a month of Sundays. Anyway, Arsenal trying to keep possession over on the far side. We're into the last 10 minutes, virtually, of extra time of this game. Arsenal 1, Porto 0 on the night. It's 1-1 on aggregate. Are we going to get a winning goal, or are we going to need a penalty shootout? Saka now over on that far side. Bukayo Saka cuts in field, pulls it back to Martin Odegaard, plays into the box with Eddie Nketiah, back to Saka. Is this the moment? Oh, the shot's blocked. I thought that was going to be it there, and Arsenal tore Porto apart. Lovely quick passing inside the box. But again, it is good defending by Porto, and Saka's shot was blocked. And now Porto have won the ball back, and they're going to try and come forward themselves. They have played some neat and tidy football, Porto, but that's not a great ball. It's gone out of play for a throw to Arsenal. And that was great defending there, you have to say, from Porto, but good play from Arsenal. Lovely passing there on the edge of the box. And then it was good shot from Saka, but it was blocked. May well have been on target. Now Gabriel is striding forward up this near side, finds Gabriel Jesus, plays the ball back to Zinchenko, lays it off to Gabriel, gets it back again, Zinchenko. Declan Rice, we're into the last 9.5 minutes. Are we going to get a late goal? Is somebody going to break the deadlock here? Ben White over on that far side. Zinchenko, not quite sure what he's doing over there. Anyway, Declan Rice now in possession, dinks the ball up this near side, finds Gabriel Jesus, infield to Kai Havertz, and Pepe wins that ball and makes a cheering gesture to the crowd. It's the Arsenal crowd though, and I'm sure that didn't go down very well. But that's how fired up the old player, old Pepe is. And he's done well, hasn't he? Anyway, Arsenal in possession again. Zinchenko very central, bringing the ball forward, and he gives it, loses it, manages to win it back, and then he's given away a free kick. And he is a liability, isn't he? There's no doubt about that. And we are heading towards a penalty shootout here at the Emirates. Are Arsenal going to go out on penalties for the second year running out of Europe on penalties again? Or will this be our night? It's anybody's game still, and the penalty shootout's anybody's game as well. We do seem to have more penalty takers maybe, but I don't know too much about these Porto players, how many of them do take penalties and how cool they are in those pressure situations. Eddie Nketiah trying to come forward for Arsenal up this near side. Maybe we won't need penalties if someone can find a goal. And the ball's gone out. Mikel Arteta wanting to get involved. It's a throw to Porto, says the referee. Phil says again, indeed, yes, again. He's an absolute liability, isn't he? Anyway, it is a throw to Porto on this near side. Mikel Arteta is not very happy. He's already been booked, don't forget. So he needs to be careful, doesn't he? Anyway, Porto do manage to keep possession. They're going to go long now. That's not a great ball, actually, out that towards that far side. Oh, but there's a mistake there, is there? No, there isn't, because it's a foul. Looked like it was a mistake there. But the referee's given a free kick to Arsenal. Gabriel says, honestly, if we took our chances, we'd be winning. Well, I don't know. We've not had a lot of chances, have we? We've had 2 or 3. It's not like we've had loads. They've had a couple as well. It's been very, very even, actually. I don't think, to be fair, I think a draw after the 2 legs is probably the right result. I don't think either team have deserved to win, and probably neither team deserved to lose. You know, Eddie Nketiah can't hold the ball up, and Porto are now coming forward up this near side, but that's a good tackle there. In fact, it's not a good tackle by Gabriel Jesus. The referee's given a free kick. It's difficult to argue with the referee because he's got most things right. And Gabriel Jesus is appealing that he got that one wrong. But, I mean, he did kind of get the ball. But it was an aggressive tackle. And maybe these days you can't get away with that. And I say it's difficult to argue with this ref. He's had a decent game tonight. He's probably been player of the match, actually. Greg says there, this is where we need a good old-fashioned central striker. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we do. Someone who can hold the ball up. You saw Eddie there, couldn't hold the ball up for Toffee, could he? And it almost cost us a counter attack. Anyway, it's a free kick to Porto just inside the Arsenal half. Pepe is going to take this, the old Pepe. And he plays it up the line, a sensible ball. But again, Porto have done well, actually. Oh, there's an opportunity here for a shot maybe on the outside of the box. Maybe try to do too much there. The substitute for Porto, and Arsenal have got their shape back now. Just looked like it was going to open up there for a shot. We're into the last 6 minutes of extra time. Anyway, Porto coming forward again. A shot from distance deflected into the arms of David Raya. Comfortable save there. And it was a guy who scored that late goal in the first leg, wasn't it? Tried that shot from distance there. And it is going to be a free kick there to Arsenal. Gabriel says there, she's still Nketiah and by Elsham World. I'm sure Eddie Nketiah will leave in the summer. Ty says there, we've had no shots on target in extra time. No, I don't think we have. Porto have just had that one there, haven't they? And that's it. We're into the last 5 minutes. Are you ready for penalties, guys? Because that's where we're heading. We are heading for penalty shootout. It's going to be really tense, isn't it? And really exciting. And also very, very nervy. but there's still 5 minutes for someone to find a goal. Arsenal coming forward now over on that far side. Ben White, can he dink another cross into the box? He finds poor touch from Havertz. It was Saka over on that far side. Got the ball again. Saka, can he get a shot in? Finds Declan Rice. He's robbed on the edge of the penalty area, but Porto giving the ball away. Zinchenko. That's a terrible ball from Zinchenko. And now Porto can launch a counter attack. That's going to be a foul, and it's going to be a yellow card for Kai Havertz, who's been walking a tightrope of discipline all game, really. And the referee's finally had enough of him and given him a yellow card. He was limping a bit there, Kai Havertz. Are they just keeping him on there for penalties? He did catch it. He pushed actually the other Pepe, young Pepe. What should we call him, young Pepe and old Pepe? There you go. It was young Pepe there that was fouled. And Kai Havertz has got himself a yellow card. And we're into the last 4 minutes of extra time. And we could be here, I say, for quite some time, because penalty shootout is very, very close. Pepe now with that ball forward. Old Pepe plays it up this near side. Gabriel's there, put under pressure, and then he's fouled. Ty says Zinchenko to blame for Havertz. Zinchenko to blame for everything, quite honestly. I just can't stand him. I think he's terrible. I think he's an awful footballer. He thinks he's better than what he is, so he takes risks in areas where you can't take risks. And it costs us so many times. He needs to realise that he's not that good and just do the simple things. That's what he needs to do. Anyway, we've got a free kick. David Raya is going to take it. We're into the last 3 minutes of extra time. Any goal now is going to win this game for either team. There's surely not enough time for 2 goals in what's left of extra time. So one mistake now or one moment of genius is probably going to win this tie and send one of these teams into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Will it be Arsenal? Will it be Porto? We still don't know. And we've not really known, have we, right from the start of the first leg all those weeks ago. And we are probably still not going to know. Oh, a mistake at the back there from Arsenal. Now, Porto got an option on this near side with the young Pepe. Can he win the corner? He can't. Ball doesn't actually go out. Now Zinchenko with it, plays it up the line. Sensible ball to Jesus, but he's lost it. And Porto now finishing this game quite strongly. But Zinchenko does better there defensively, actually. And now he finds Eddie Nketiah. And now Arsenal trying to come forward up this near side with Kai Havertz, but he runs into trouble. And that trouble again was Pepe. Phil says, I can't watch penalties. No, penalties are going to be very, very stressful. But we have got just under 2 minutes left. There won't be much stoppage time, will there? Anyway, Porto coming forward now. And they are trying to win this game. In fact, Arsenal just won a free kick. Kai Havertz has been fouled again. In fact, the referee has let us take that free kick quickly. No, he hasn't, because there's a player injured. The Porto manager, again, is very animated on the touchline, isn't he? He's also on a yellow card, remember. I'm sure one of these managers is going to end up getting sent off before we get to penalties. Anyway, Arsenal in possession now. Are we going to get one more chance? We're coming up to the last minute of extra time, the 119th minute. Terry says, looking more like Raya is going to be our hero. We shall see. We shall see a lot of tired legs out there, a lot of tired minds as well. The Porto goalkeeper's looked a bit shaky at times, but what's he like at saving penalties? We are about to find out, because we are in to the 120th minute, and one of these goalkeepers is going to be the hero, and one of these players out on this pitch who misses the penalty is going to be the villain of the piece tonight, and their team's going to be knocked out of the Champions League. Who will that be? All will be revealed very, very shortly. Anyway, there has been a foul there over on that far side. Arsenal got one more free kick, one more chance. We've got 30 seconds left. And we are definitely going to penalties now. Phil says there, why does Arteta have any faith in him? Mind-boggling. Well, he doesn't have faith in anybody else in the squad, does he? That's the problem. I mean, he's finally started playing Kiwior more, but why he keeps bringing Zinchenko on? Anyway, we've played 120 minutes. In fact, there's no injury time at the end of that at all. It has finished here. Arsenal 1, Porto 0. So it's 1-1 on aggregate. We are having a penalty shootout here at the Emirates. to decide who goes through to the quarterfinals. I think over the 2 legs, that's probably the right result. I don't think there's been anything to choose between these sides. Porto shaded that first leg. We've probably just about shaded this one. But that goal from Leandro Trossard, which feels about a week ago, is going to take this tie to a penalty shootout. And is David Raya going to be the hero for Arsenal? He just needs to focus, doesn't he? And do what he can do. We need to get our 5 penalty takers in place as well, don't we? I think we know 3 of them at least, don't we? Well, 4 of them potentially. In fact, I think I know all 5. I think it will be Odegaard, Saka, Jesus, Havertz and Rice. I don't know what order, but I think that will be the 5 that will go, the first 5, should we go beyond that. Anyway, David Raya is now getting some, I don't know what he's getting. He's going to sit down on the bench. Some instructions there. I'm assuming that's the goalkeeping coach. And in fact, both goalkeepers are getting some coaching. Are they looking at the potential penalty takers and where they go? I'm not sure. We shall see. Terry says, come on, Raya. This is going to be very, very tense, isn't it? Stay with us because you're not going to want to miss this, are you? Because it is going to be rather good. Anyway, we are getting prepared for the penalty shootout. The 2 goalkeepers are getting some instructions. Surely it's a bit late for that, isn't it? I mean, do they know which players are going to take which penalties anyway? And it's impossible to say, isn't it? And in the penalty shootout, I think that it's not the players that maybe normally take a penalty. Would you go the same way as you normally go? I don't know. I think penalty shootouts do weird things to people, don't they? So with the pressure and stuff like that, I don't know. But let's see. It is going to be penalty kicks to decide who goes through to the quarterfinal. And the Porto players have given everything here tonight, as indeed have the Arsenal players. And there is going to be one more piece of drama to come, or a few more pieces of drama to come over the next 5 minutes or so, this penalty shootout. Gabriel says there, I swear if we lose another shootout. Greg says, come on, Raya, now's your time. Indeed, it is his time. And we are just about to find out who is going to make it through. There is no more excuses. This is it. 5 penalties each. And that will be deciding who goes through to the quarterfinal. And let's see who it's going to be. Which goalkeeper is going to come out on top. Which 5 players are going to step up for Arsenal. And they're just about to decide who's going first and at which end they'll be taking them. I'm sure the Porto team would love to take them up the clock end where their fans are. I think that is maybe an advantage. But we shall see. The Porto goalkeeper is getting a lot of encouragement there from his teammates. I don't know what he's like at saving penalties, but I say we're going to find out, aren't we? Pepe and Martin Odegaard are now a nice little embrace there. I think it's a horrible way to lose a game, isn't it? Especially one that's been so keenly fought throughout. So he says Porto keeper has faced 4 penalties in Champions League and saved 3, has he? Well, he's going to face another 5 now, potentially. I think it's at the North Bank. And I think Arsenal are going first. So it's at the North Bank and Arsenal going first. So those 2 things have both gone in Arsenal's favour, haven't they? We won the toss on both of those 2. We've picked ends and we have going first. I think it's going to be Martin Odegaard, is it, to go first for Arsenal? We shall see. We are just about to find out who is going through to the quarterfinal. Is it Arsenal or is it Porto? We are going to see this next few minutes here. The penalty shootout at the Emirates. We did go out on penalties last year. They were at the clock end. These are at the North Bank. Whether that's going to make any difference or not, we are about to find out. The 2 goalkeepers. The Porto goalkeeper looks particularly nervous, doesn't he? David Raya seems a bit more relaxed. The referee just having a chat to them both, just going through the fact that they can't leave their line and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens here. David Raya, a chance to really become a hero for Arsenal for the first time. He's faced a lot of unfair criticism, hasn't it? Which hasn't been his fault. He's not deserved it. It's been more the fact that everybody had these feelings about Aaron Ramsdale. But we are going to find out now who's going to go through. Are you feeling tense? Because I am. Terry says, hats off to Pepe, but I hope he's on the losing side, indeed. And it's going to be Arsenal and Martin Ødegaard to go first in front of the North Bank. Martin Ødegaard against Costa. This is going to be the opening gambit of this penalty shootout. The Arsenal captain taking captain's responsibility. So fair play to Martin Ødegaard. He is going first. Always tough to go first in a shootout, isn't it? Because it sets the tone. If you miss, your team's under pressure straight away. And Costa is looking focused now, isn't he? Is Martin Ødegaard going to be able to put this penalty away in front of the North Bank? It is Ødegaard against Costa for penalty number 1. Yes, he scored. And it's 1-0 to Arsenal. It is 1-0 to Arsenal in the shootout. Good penalty, centre keeper the wrong way. And Arsenal in front in the shootout. Now, Porto's first penalty is going to be taken by the young Pepe, who's had a good game for Porto. The Brazilian Pepe puts the ball down, and North Bank fans are trying to put him off. David Raya, can he make a save in his first penalty he's been facing in this shootout? The Porto fans looking quite nervous. Pepe looks quite relaxed here. The Brazilian Pepe, the young Pepe, to make it 1-1. Or can David Raya keep him out? Pepe from the penalty spot sends Raya the wrong way. It's a good penalty, a really good penalty. So it's 1-1 in the shootout. Still nothing to choose between the sides. And this is going to go on all night, isn't it? It really is. Who's going next for Arsenal? It is going to be Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is going next for Arsenal, up second. He scored a penalty, didn't he, at Bournemouth, his first goal, if you remember, way back when Kai Havertz had got the opportunity to put Arsenal 2-1 up from the penalty shoot. He's usually quite a cool character, isn't he? You wouldn't imagine the nerves are going to get to him. Has he got enough coolness here to put this away? Havertz against Costa. Dinks his run up, slots it in. It is 2-1 to Arsenal. Advantage Arsenal again. Arsenal 2 out of 2. Again, he sent the keeper the wrong way. He just stopped there. Keeper stood still and he just pops it in the corner. That's a cool penalty from Kai Havertz. And Arsenal lead 2-1 after 2 penalties. But Porto going next with their second penalty. And can David Raya make a save, which would really put Arsenal in the driving seat here? Porto step up for this penalty. Oh, and he's missed. Raya saved it. Or did he hit the post? I'm not sure. It was Mr. Wendell penalty and he's missed. I'm not sure if he saved it. If David Raya made the save, he dived the right way. Did he get a touch on it or did it hit the post? Or was it a bit of both? We'll see now from the replay. Wendell there didn't really get hold of that penalty. Did he save it? Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, he did save it. He saved it and it's hit the back of his leg. Almost went in, actually. He got a bit lucky there, David Raya, to be fair, but he's kept it out. And now Arsenal got a chance to go 3-1 up. It's Bukayo Saka, so reliable from the spot. Although not so much in penalty shootouts. He needs to put that behind him. Bukayo Saka to make it 3-1 to Arsenal and put us virtually through. Come on, Saka, stick this in, son. Bukayo Saka from the penalty spot. Drill. It's 3-1. Arsenal are close now. Really, really close. And the advantage is to Arsenal now. Saka has made that. Put it right. That's a great penalty, that, isn't it? Right in the corner. That's a brilliant, brilliant penalty. And Arsenal are close now. If David Raya can keep this next one out, then we are virtually there, aren't we? Anyway, it's Grogic's next for Porto. Can David Raya make another save? It was a great save before. Started running. Oh, he nearly got hands to that as well. It's just gone in the corner for Porto. They've kept themselves alive in the shootout. It is 3-2 to Arsenal after 3 penalties each. And that was a good penalty. Oh, no, he got a hand to it, actually, David Raya. Couldn't quite keep it out. He's done well in these penalties, actually. But it is 3-2. Arsenal need to score this next one. It is Declan Rice to make it 4 out of 4 for Arsenal. And that will put us very, very close to going through. Declan Rice with this penalty looks focused, doesn't he, Declan? Costa hasn't got near any of the penalties yet. And Declan put us 4-2 up. Declan Rice drill. You have to say there have been 4 really, really good penalties from Arsenal. Really, really good penalties. And we are now on the brink. If David Raya can save this one, we are through. Declan Rice looks relieved. It was a good penalty, actually. You wouldn't know how nervous he was the way he took that. He really did take that well. And it is 4-2. Porto have to score. In fact, they have to score their next 2. In fact, it doesn't matter if they score this one. We can score our next one and go through. And it is the guy that scored that winning goal in the first leg. The Brazilian Garvio is going to take this penalty for Porto. If he misses, Arsenal are through. Let's see what happens here. The North Bank again are trying to put him off. David Raya, who's gone the right way on the last 2 penalties. Saved one, got a hand to the second one. The pressure is now on Porto. They have to score. They have to score or they're out. Steps up for this penalty. And he saved it. Arsenal through. David Raya makes the save. 2 saves out of 4. And Arsenal have gone through to the quarterfinals. You have to say there was nothing to choose between the sides. It could have gone either way. It's gone down to penalties and Arsenal are through. And the Brazilian guy that scored the winner in the first leg has missed. And Arsenal are through. We didn't need our 5th penalty. We scored all 4. David Raya has made 2 saves. He is a hero. There's no doubt about that. With those 2 saves, Arsenal have made it through. And we will march on to the quarterfinals. First time we've made it in that stage for a very, very long time. It must be, 14 years. We are there just. We made it. Wow. Ty says, don't let Nketiah with the last kick. It doesn't matter. We didn't need it anyway. Guy says, let's go indeed. Well, that was a bit of fun, wasn't it? The Porto fans obviously looking disappointed there. Arsenal's penalties were really good. All 4 Arsenal penalties were outstanding. And Mikel Arteta is wanting the players to go over to the fans. There's a little bit of afters going on actually there. Actually, Mikel Arteta is trying to keep the players apart. There's some stuff going on the pitch between players from both sides. It must be frustration from the Porto perspective. Not sure what's going on. Did they feel that the celebrations were too much? Arteta's trying to push the Porto players away. Some of the Arsenal players desperate to get involved. Trossard, the 2 goalkeepers there, have a nice embrace. Not quite sure what happened there. There was a bit of argy-bargy going on there. And David Raya made that save there. And he enjoyed that, didn't he? It was a great save as well. He actually dived early, but it doesn't matter, does it? It was a great save. Phil says, didn't need the last kick. Geez, I'm stressed out. Indeed. Sore lose. Is that what? I didn't really see what happened at the end there. It looked as though there was a bit of afters going on. But David Raya is celebrating there. He's a hero tonight. There's no doubt about that. There were some great celebrations there by the Arsenal players. And good to see Aaron Ramsdale embracing him as well. And Mikel Arteta enjoying it. Everyone's enjoying it. Arsenal are through to the quarterfinals. It couldn't have been any tighter, could it? And Porto, for all the effort they put in tonight, unlucky to lose. Anyone would have been unlucky to lose that game tonight. It could have gone either way. It was very, very tight. In the end, Arsenal have sneaked through on penalties and we'll take that all day long. Ty says, jog on Porto indeed. Jog on Porto. And Arsenal are through to the quarterfinals. David Raya, the hero. Maybe that'll shut a few people up, won't it? That have been going on about why was David Raya put in the team. Well, we know now, don't we? Roger says, hi Richard, all couldn't believe this. Went to Pens. It's 4:20 a.m. here in India, and I couldn't feel sleepy. Exactly. Well, good to see you, mate. Hope you enjoyed that. Greg says the dream goes on. It does go on. The dream does go on. It continues. We are through to the quarterfinals. Wow. What drama, what excitement. And what a game, actually, to be fair. I mean, extra time dragged on a bit. It wasn't the most exciting, but certainly before that, it was great stuff, wasn't it? The game tonight, really, really tense, really exciting. Chances for both teams to have won it in normal time. In the end, it was that goal, wasn't it, from Leandro Trossard, which seems a long time ago now, that gave Arsenal the lead on the night, made it 1-1 on aggregate, and that was how it stayed. There were chances at both ends. To be fair, Pepe got through 120 minutes at 40-odd-year-old, so fair play to him. And Arsenal made it through. Great penalties in the end. And, yeah, you could say we maybe just deserved it tonight. I do feel we were the better team just tonight. They were the better team in the first leg. And we have gone through. Raja says there, what 120 minutes after Raya, the main man, indeed. It was very, very tense, wasn't it? Very exciting. And we've done it. We have gone through. And I suppose we should say this. It was 1-0 on the night. 1-1 on aggregate. And Arsenal won 4-2 on penalties. And it was a great penalty shootout. David Raya was brilliant there, wasn't he? Made 2 great saves. The first save in particular was outstanding, wasn't it? And we go through. Gabriel says there, Raya, you earned your place in the team. He's earned his place in the team anyway. Greg says only 3 days to another great Arsenal win. Let's hope so. Won't go penalties on Friday, will it? But let's hope it's another great Arsenal victory. But that was tense tonight, wasn't it? It was fun in the end. Penalty shootouts are only fun when you win them, I guess. And we have won. Let's see what happens. There's a good save from Raya in the end. And he was actually celebrating while he was still in flight, having saved the ball because he knew he'd kept it out. And that's a great save. And Arsenal are through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Well, that was quite a stressful evening, but a lot of fun in the end. Gabriel says we finally won. Well, we did win on penalties in the Community Shield, didn't we, against Man City? But yes, we did lose, of course, last year in Europe on penalties. So it's good that we finally won one. And yeah, we are through. Fantastic. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? And yeah, I need to lie down now. Gabriel says, can't remember last time we made it to the quarters. I think it was 2010, or was it 2011? Some long, around about then, long time ago. Of course, I think it was Bayern Munich that knocked us out, wasn't it? But anyway, we're going to enjoy it while we can. Let's wait for the draw on Friday, see who we get. We'll go through that, of course, when we're covering the women's game on Friday against Chelsea. So, yeah, brilliant stuff. We made it through on penalties. It was dramatic. It was exciting. And David Raya is the hero. David Raya is the hero for Arsenal. Brilliant stuff. So that's that then. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to give us a like before you go. Thanks for staying with us all the way through. It's been a long night. I'm sure you guys have felt it as well. But it's worth it when you win. We are through to the quarterfinals. Let's see the draw on Friday. I'll be back on Friday, of course, at 6:45 for the women's game against Chelsea. That could be more drama as well. More drama for Arsenal, I'm sure, but we'll see. Roger says, just a fact to share, this is also our first competitive penalty shootout victory at the Emirates. Yeah, it probably is, actually. Yeah, it's a good fact. It probably will be, because we lost the last one, didn't we? And that was the first one, I think, wasn't it, that we'd had at the Emirates, potentially. Anyway, it is the first one that we've won. Terry said on 35 didn't cock out. We didn't get a chance to, did he? Luckily. Anyway, we are done. We are through. Ty says, yeah, well done, mate. Good stream again. No, thank you very much for joining us, my friend. Good to see you all again. Thank you for all your comments tonight, actually. Brilliant stuff. You've kept me going when it was getting tough through extra time and it was hard work, but we got there. We got through, and we can look forward to at least 2 more games in the Champions League, the first quarterfinal for ages. And who knows? When you're in a quarterfinal of any cup competition, you've got a chance to go there all the way over there. You've got a chance. So we've kept that dream alive. Let's see if we can keep it alive a bit longer. So thanks for joining me, and don't forget, I'll be back on Friday, 6:45 for the women's game. We are playing, of course, against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. That is going to be good. So join me for that. And of course, thank you for joining me tonight. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of the week. I'm sure you will. And let's hope Friday is just as exciting and gives us the right result Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Come on, you guys. Quarterfinal of Champions League. Let's do it.